Well, for the third year in a row, the Carolina Thunderbirds have found their way to the Commissioner's Cup Finals. And now here in their third try, will be a little different this time after the Thunderbirds have lost in this round each of the last two seasons. But they face off against someone they saw just a year ago in the Binghamton Black Bears as the Commissioner's Cup Finals has made its way to the Fairgrounds Arena once again. It's game one of the Commissioner's Cup Finals between the Carolina Thunderbirds and the Binghamton Black Bears. And it's coming up here in just a little bit here on Carolina Thunderbirds TV and on WTOB. Welcome inside the broadcast booth for the first time this evening. Brendan Riley being joined alongside former Lawrence University captain Josh Keplinger. Josh, well, here we are back in the finals once again. You've been a part of this series on the ice each of the last 2 years. You've gone through it, what these guys have gone through each of the last 2 years, falling in the finals, both in two very different fashions. What do you see differently from this Carolina side here this year compared to years past?
Yeah, I mean, great start, Brendan. Honestly, it's just ultimate belief with this group. And I've seen it from both sides, from up here in the press box and down on the ice this year. And something about this team, just not that we didn't have great teams in the past couple of years. We really did. We had teams we thought we could win with. But you know what? Something about this team, man, it's a different vibe. They have all three lines cooking, everything from the goalie and out. So honestly, this is gearing up to be the best final they're going to have in the past few years.
Well, Carolina last year in the playoffs, you looked at it, Thunderbirds, they really just got scoring from a couple of guys. Josh, you were one of them. But last year, there wasn't a lot of depth scoring for the Thunderbirds throughout the playoffs. Yeah. Gus Fort had 14 points. You had 8. You had a few others. But this year, it's been scoring from everywhere.
Yeah, that's what it's been. It's been balanced, right? And it's been balance and it's been depth. You see a guy like James Farmer now throughout his career, a couple big-time goals and good plays from the back end. Joe Kennedy's been doing it consistently for a few years now. And obviously, it all starts with 72. But you know what? I mean, this team has that depth I mean, we had depth in past. I don't want to misspeak, but you know, it just didn't bounce our way. And I feel like this team is going to will themselves and work themselves to get those bounces they need.
On the other side, the Binghamton Black Bears, regular season champions. They won the Empire Division by more than enough. And this is a side you saw even last week, and they lost game one to Port Huron. What do they do the next two nights at home? A 4-0 win and a 6-0 win. This Binghamton side, they might be even better than what they were last year.
Yeah, when you give up 0, you're going to do pretty well, right? Obviously, that's been their cornerstone, right? McAnanima, 72. Winston-Salem fans are really familiar with him. Obviously, he played tremendous last year. He's a bigger guy, but he's athletic too. He can move really well, and he's a tough kid to score on. But you know what? Like, this Carolina team is going to have to solve them and be ready for this Binghamton starts, right? Like, that's kind of how they get on teams, is they start really, really well first 10 minutes, and then they like to get on their horse. So look for Carolina to be up to that task.
Well, that's been the emphasis with head coach Steve Harrison this week. So the guys, they need to be ready in those first 10 minutes. Carolina outscored 7-3 in the first period last year in the 3 Commissioner's Cup final games. So we're just getting started here for game one of the Commissioner's Cup finals. We got a lot to get to here on Thunderbirds pregame. We'll run into a timeout and be back with more after this. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Avis Cupcakes is once again a proud sponsor of the 24-25 Carolina Thunderbirds. And just like the Birds, they are a true fan favorite. Weddings, events, corporate, and more. Avis Cupcakes help you score and score. When the Birds are playing either home or away, stop by Avis and make your day. Win or lose, you'll cheer the same. Avis treats will sweeten every game.
Looking to exceed your real estate expectations? Meet Jennifer Sapp, passionate about real estate. Jennifer works with all clients because regardless of property value, every transaction is important to you, and that matters to her. She's been a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds, supporting the community she loves. A consistent top producer, she's been helping people buy and renovate homes into their dream spaces. Call 336-782-3148 or visit jennifersapp.allentate.com. For over 85 years, Mustin and Crutchfield has been more than just a local market. we've been a proud part of North Carolina's heritage. When our founders started in 1938, they sourced meats from local farmers and groceries from small companies. Finding a way to stay competitive in this market has been a challenge through the years. Luckily, there are a lot of entrepreneurs, and now we have close to 50 local vendors that we feature. We're proud to partner with the Carolina Thunderbirds as a local sponsor, celebrating community values both on and off the ice. Mustin and Crutchfield, your hometown local grocer.
Whitey, what are you doing? We gotta go.
Dude, what do I do with my dog?
Oh, just take him to the pet barn. For reasonable prices on grooming, boarding, and dog daycare, choose the Pet Barn, located at 7844 Blues Creek Road in Blues Creek. The Pet Barn, proud partners of the Carolina Thunderbirds.
Back here at the Fairgrounds Arena, closing in on puck drop here for Game 1 of the Commissioner's Cup Final. It's Carolina and Binghamton for the second year in a row. Brendan Riley with you as we continue here on Thunderbirds pregame. It's time to take a look at both sides' road to the Commissioner Cup Finals. We'll start with the Carolina Thunderbirds, who are the number 1 seed in the Continental Division, went 41-11-4, 124 points in the regular season. First round, they swept Blue Ridge in 2 games, winning Game 1 in Whitfield, Game 2 back here. And then they saw Columbus for the 3rd straight year, and for the 3rd straight year, it was the same exact result. Columbus taking Game 1 by a final score of 4-1. Carolina then taking the next 2. They won Game 2 at home 4-1. They then won for the 2nd year in a row, Game 3 in double overtime. Gus Ford had the winner 8.5 minutes into the second OT. On the other side, for the Binghamton Black Bears, 49-6-1, 143 points. They had an .851 winning percentage in the regular season. That's the 2nd best all-time in the FPHL, only behind the 2018-19 Carolina Thunderbirds, who had an .856 winning percentage. Binghamton, pretty much a carbon copy, with the exception of the double overtime winner for their trip here to the Commissioner Cup Finals. They swept Watertown 2-0 in the quarterfinals. They then went to Port Huron last Friday for Game 1, lost 3-0. They would then win Game 2 at home 4-0 before winning the decisive Game 3 6-0. So both these sides have seen similar paths here to the Commissioner's Cup Final. And we take a look at the 2 sides. For Carolina here this year, they find themselves in their 4th Commissioner's Cup Final, seeking their 2nd championship. They won back in 2018-19 and have lost each of the last 2 seasons. On the other side, Binghamton in their 2nd finals, and they're trying to go 2 for 2 in the Commissioner's Cup Finals after sweeping Carolina last season in 3 games. These 2 sides saw each other only once in the regular season, and that was back all the way on March 15th. It was in Binghamton at the Visions Veterans Memorial Arena. It was a 1-0 Binghamton win. Arguably the best game in the FPHL throughout the course of the 56-game regular season. Austin Thompson had the lone goal. It came a minute 27 into the 2nd period from the top of the circle off of a face-off win in the attacking zone for the Black Bears. 2 netminders that night. They were terrific. They're the reason that each of them are the last 2 FPHL goaltenders of the year. Connor McAnanima got the shutout that night, saved 26 shots. On the other side, Mario Cavalieri saved 34 shots on 35 attempts. He was terrific that night as well. Kind of had a feeling going into that game that whoever came out as the victor in that one was going to be the FPHL goaltender of the year. McAnanima was named the goaltender of the year earlier on this week by the FPHL. So that's how Carolina and Binghamton have made their way to the Commissioner's Cup Finals. We'll take a look at the Binghamton Black Bears after this. This is Thunderbirds Hockey.
Get into the swing of things at Tee It Up Indoors. Offering 3 simulators, over 11,000 virtual courses, lessons, club fittings, and a variety of snacks and beverages, Tee It Up Indoors is the place to go and work on your game. Call us at 336-285-7823 or visit our website at teeitupindoors.net.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
Finish strong. Start here. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist.
Carolina Binghamton for the second year in a row in the Commissioner's Cup Finals. As we continue counting you down to puck drop here on Thunderbirds pregame, it's time to take a look at the regular season champion Binghamton Black Bears. In this postseason, they've really spread around the scoring a little bit from their top guys, including Donald Oliveri, who's got 3 goals and 5 assists here in these Commissioner's Cup playoffs. Tyson Kirkby's got 5 points, 3 goals and 2 assists. Gavin Yates, a trio of goals and an assist as well. Daniel Stone, he's been good here in this playoffs, 2 goals and an assist for Stone. The Adrian College product, CJ Stubbs, has also been splendid with 2 goals and an assist for the Utah native. Binghamton was able to sweep Watertown. They're then able to beat Port Huron in 3 games. They are the higher seed, so they'll get the first 2 games on the road for them. Then the final 3 with games 4 and 5 if necessary will be at their place in Binghamton next weekend, next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Their netminder, Connor McAnanima, he's been terrific here in the 2024-2025 season. McAnanima in the regular season went 33-1. That's 30 regulation wins, 3 losses in regulation, 1 overtime loss with a league best 2.08 goals against average at a .922 save percentage. The 30 wins were the most in the league this season. He was named the FPHL's goalie of the year earlier on this week for the Agawam, Massachusetts native. In these playoffs, he's 4-1-0 with a 0.81 goals against and a .966 save percentage. He pitched shutouts in games 2 and game 3 of last weekend's Empire Division final in the 4-0 and 6-0 win. He saved 17 out of 17 last Saturday, saved 33 out of 33 in the deciding game 3. He's 11-1-0 in his 2 Commissioner's Cup playoff runs. He went 7-0 last year, and now he's all the way up to 11-1-0 with a 1.81 goals against and a .938 save percentage. So Carolina's going to have their work cut out for them once again here this season in the Commissioner's Cup Finals, with this Thunderbird side feels recharged and rejuvenated. We take a look at the Thunderbirds after this. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on-site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Carolina Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad.
Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples designed championship golf course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
Introducing Flow Rewards, the exclusive rewards program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards points automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app to start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
Back here in Winston-Salem, Carolina, Binghamton, just about 14 minutes away from dropping the puck here on Game 1 of the Commissioner's Cup Finals. Brendan Riley with you here as we continue on Thunderbirds pregame. Thunderbirds coming into tonight, coming off of the thrilling Game 3 victory last Saturday here at home in their third straight Commissioner's Cup Finals. This has been spearheading the charge for Steve Harrison's side. Peter Banachik, 3 goals and 4 assists here in these Commissioner's Cup playoffs. Gus Ford only had 1 point last series, but it was the biggest one of all, as it was the deciding game winner in Game 3 in double overtime. Nate Keeley's had himself a good playoff, so has Zach White, both of them with 2 goals and 2 assists. Jan Salak, he has been terrific for the Thunderbirds. 7 points, tied for the team lead in these playoffs with Panachik with 2 goals and 5 assists. We saw Mario Cavalieri for all 3 games last series. He's going to get the nod here in Game 1 here tonight. Mario Cavalieri, 3-1-0 in these playoffs with a 1.57 goals against average and a .953 save percentage for the Mississauga, Ontario native. Last year's FPHL goaltender of the year. Saved 47 out of 49 in Game 3 last Saturday. Saved 34 out of 35 the night before that in Game 2. Where he went 2-1-0 on the Continental Division Final. Cavalieri in his playoffs careers 5-4-0 with a 2.43 goals against and a .929 save percentage. He's looking for a better outcome here in the 2025 Commissioner's Cup Finals than he had last year. But that's a look at the Carolina Thunderbirds here coming into Game 1 of the finals. How's head coach Steve Harrison feeling? You hear from him after this. This is Thunderbirds Hockey.
Flow Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive. Or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
Avis Cupcakes is once again a proud sponsor of the 24-25 Carolina Thunderbirds. And just like the Birds, they are a true fan favorite. Weddings, events, corporate, and more. Avis Cupcakes help you score and score. When the Birds are playing either home or away, stop by Avis and make your day. Win or lose, you'll cheer the same. Avis treats will sweeten every game.
It's game one of the Commissioner's Cup Finals between Carolina and Binghamton. Brendan Riley being joined by head coach Steve Harrison. And coach, congrats, your side has made it back to the finals here for a second year in a row under your watch. It's been a long season, and now it culminates in a best-of-5 series. Where have you seen this team really change the most, maybe change, improve on, all the way back from opening night in October all the way now here to game one?
Well, I think the word consistency has been the biggest thing. I thought we've played pretty good hockey all the way along. Have we had some ups and downs? No question, but they haven't really fluctuated from the top to the bottom. We've kind of stayed in the middle all the time. And the guys, we've had guys in and out of the lineup. I think this is the first time last weekend that we had this lineup, for at all. So I just like the way the consistency and the drive every week we've had. It's been a long season, but it's gone quick, hasn't it? You know what I mean? Now it's the nice warm weather and we're ready for the finals. So the guys have come to work every day, and has there been some days coach hasn't been very happy? Yeah, there has been, but that's what happens over the course of 6 months, I guess, 56 games, and this is our third round of the playoffs. So those things happen, but as I said, it's for the most part the consistency with practice, with on ice, off ice dedication. As I said, I really like the way they've come to work this year.
From 1 year ago today, going into game one, to this year, what have you seen, or what's the difference between that team last year that you had and the team this year?
Well, I think, and I looked at this hard lately, is that first weekend last year against Columbus, having to go in there and win 2, I think it took a little bit of an emotional toll on us, a little bit. I'm not trying to make excuses, and I don't know if we were as healthy as we are today. So I just like the how we're going in mentally, physically, and rested here. And so I think that's a whole different ball game than we were last year. And I think the guys have learned over the last couple of years that you got to come to play, and these games are important, especially at home here, the first 2. And we've got to be ready, not the first, not in the 10-minute mark, right off the bat, because they're going to come. They got a great hockey team, and we're going to have to be ready.
This team in this postseason has seen scoring really from everywhere. Depth throughout all your forwards, defense getting involved scoring-wise. How big is that going into this best-of-5 against a very good Binghamton side?
Well, if you see it over the years, the teams that win or the teams that have been successful, it's not just one guy or one line. And you maybe can carry a team one line for one shift or even one series. But over the longevity of the time, you need everybody scoring. And last year, I think we were more top heavy than we were anything, and I think it showed. So it's a great thing sitting on the back of the bench now, saying that any of our 3 lines can score. And I think we've got the clientele out there right now that all 3 lines can score. So I'm happy with it. And as I said, hopefully we can get contributions from everybody.
Binghamton comes in. They lost game 1 into Port Huron in the Empire Division Finals, but this is a Binghamton side that comes in defending champions. They're the regular season champions. What do they do if you go back to that one game in March and just from watching tape? What do they do that just makes them so tough?
Well, they come at you in waves, and their first 2 lines are good, and then even the third line, I think they're veterans. The first 2 lines are very veteran-like, same as us, and as I said, so they're going to come at us hard, and they skate hard, and they just push the puck. The defense are very active, and I think offensively both teams are going to be comparable. As I said, I just think it's how we're going to play when we don't have the puck. And if we play very well away from the puck, we're going to give ourselves a chance.
Now, what is keys early on here in this series for you guys to avoid going down 0-2 like you guys did last year?
Well, obviously the first 10 minutes of both games. I mean, you can't start a game, especially in the finals, down 3-0. It's just too hard. And same as on the other hand there, if we score 3, it's pretty tough to come back after 3-0. So we're going to have to make sure we're ready and being prepared. And when that puck drops, it's going to have to be a full 60 minutes. It can't be. We can't play 52 great minutes and 8 not very good minutes. We're going to have to play very well for 60 minutes, and if it goes longer, it goes longer. But that first 10 minutes is going to dictate how we settle in and how we play, and that's going to be a big push for here in the next couple of days.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time. Yeah. Best of luck to you here in Game 1.
Thanks very much. I'm looking forward to it. It should be a lot of fun. Hopefully a big crowd. And as I said, it's just I'm really looking forward to how we respond. And as I said, it should be a lot of fun. And thanks very much.
Well, Coach, we're all excited for it. Thank you. That's head coach Steve Harrison. We got starters for Game 1 on the other side of this timeout. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Expectations? Meet Jennifer Sapp, passionate about real estate. Jennifer works with all clients because regardless of property value, every transaction is important to you, and that matters to her. She's been a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds, supporting the community she loves. A consistent top producer, she's been helping people buy and renovate homes into their dream spaces. Call 336-782-3148 or visit jennifersapp.allentate.com. For over 85 years, Mustin and Crutchfield has been more than just a local market. We've been a proud part of North Carolina's heritage. When our founders started in 1938, they sourced meats from local farmers and groceries from small companies. Finding a way to stay competitive in this market has been a challenge through the years. Luckily, there are a lot of entrepreneurs, and now we have close to 50 local vendors that we feature. We're proud to partner with the Carolina Thunderbirds as a local sponsor, celebrating community values both on and off the ice. Mustin and Crutchfield, your hometown local grocer.
Whitey, what are you doing? We gotta go. Dude, what do I do with my dog?
Oh, just take him to the pet barn.
For reasonable prices on grooming, boarding, and dog daycare, choose the Pet Barn, located at 7844 Blues Creek Road in Blues Creek. The Pet Barn, proud partners of the Carolina Thunderbirds.
Get into the swing of things at Tee It Up Indoors. Offering 3 simulators, over 11,000 virtual courses, lessons, club fittings, and a variety of snacks and beverages, Tee It Up Indoors is the place to go and work on your game. Call us at 336-285-7823 or visit our website at teeitupindoors.net.
Back here at the Fairgrounds Arena, Carolina and Binghamton getting ready to go for Game 1 as the officials take the ice. The starters for Carolina here tonight. It's going to be Roman Kramer, Gus Ford, and Zach White, that first line. It's going to be James Farmer and Jordan Gagnon. Mario Cavalieri between the pipes for the Carolina Thunderbirds here this evening. We drop the puck on Game 1 after this. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
Back here in Winston-Salem, closing in on puck drop, the Thunderbirds in...
Score unanswered for Carolina!
I love it here, the fans are amazing.
Joe Kennedy makes this play, man.
Here's White on the forehand, scores! Locked off of the draw in the slot, save, rebound, tapped home by Pastuca. The hat trick for Gus Ford makes it 4-1 Thunderbirds. It's game one of the Commissioners Cup Finals. And for the third year in a row, the Carolina Thunderbirds find themselves with a chance to win the Commissioners Cup. They face off against the team that swept them out of the finals a season ago, the Binghamton Black Bears, here for the second straight year. It's game one of this best-of-5 series between the Carolina Thunderbirds and the Binghamton Black Bears. Well, welcome into the Fairgrounds Arena. Brendan Riley and Josh Keplinger with you. Josh, here we are once again. Game one. How do you think both these sides are feeling leading up to puck drop?
Yeah, Brendan, I mean, it's electric in here, obviously, tonight, and Carolina's got one thing on their mind, and that's redemption.
Carolina swept last season, lost both games here at home before falling in Game 3 up in Binghamton, as the Black Bears got their first Commissioners Cup in franchise history. Good crowd filing in here to the Fairgrounds Arena for the two best in the FPHL here in 2025. Carolina trying to expel the demons of the last two seasons, falling in both two very painful fashions. 2 years ago, dropping a 2-0 series lead, and then last year being swept out of the Commissioners Cup Finals. For Carolina, they'll look to try to be able to get over that hill and find their way back to the finals. Time for our pregame ceremonies.
The North Davidson JFAROTC color guard is Cadet Captain Mitchell Freeman, Cadet Technical Sergeant Melissa Cramer, Cadet Captain Justin Warfield, and Cadet Major Logan Freeman. At this time, we ask that you join your Carolina Thunderbirds and Pregame Technologies in a moment of silence to remember the individuals who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Thank you. Pregame Technologies offers a comprehensive suite of industrial automation, integration, and motor control services. Visit Pregame Technologies at greatwood.com. Thunderbirds fans, at this time we ask all active and retired members of our nation's various military branches rise if you're able to may be recognized. Carolina Thunderbirds, thank you for your service and allowing us the freedom and protection to enjoy tonight's game. We ask that you remain standing and remove your caps for tonight's performance of the national anthem, brought to you by the American Elevator Company. Performed tonight by Cody Newsom.
Oh, say, can you see by try.
our national anthem here tonight ahead of Game 1 of the Commissioner's Cup Finals. The rematch from a year ago. Binghamton swept Carolina in the finals last year. Thunderbirds are hoping for a much different outcome here this year. Binghamton's going to go with Gavin Yates, Donald Oliveri, and Kyle Steffen, Dan Weber and Jesse Anderson, with Connor McAnanima, the FPHL's goalie of the year, on the other side. Carolina, Roman Kramer, Gus Ford, and Zach White, with James Farmer and Jordan Gagnon. And the goalie of the year a season ago, Mario Cavalieri, here for Game 1 of this best-of-5 series. Your officials this evening, the referees are Jonathan Sitarsky and Justin Crawford. Sitarsky in his second Commissioner's Cup Finals, Crawford in his first. Andrew Wakalis and Brian Thurnauer, both the linesmen in their second Commissioner's Cup Finals. A season that started all the way back in mid-October now comes down to a best-of-5. It'll be Kyle Steffen and Gus Ford to drop the puck here in Game 1 of the Commissioner's Cup Finals as we're underway here in Winston-Salem. The top two teams in each of their divisions in the regular season, the Thunderbirds and the Black Bears. Donald Oliveri, a quick shot punched away by Mario Cavalieri. It comes all the way out to the far point. Gavin Yates tried to keep it in, and Zach White took it away. Flutters it in on Connor McAnanima. It's chipped into the corner where Roman Kramer fires it over to the far wall. Jesse Anderson picks it up. White went tumbling down to the ice. It's Gavin Yates. He puts the brakes on at the top of the circles in the attacking zone. Shovels it down the near half wall. Oliveri trying to fend off Kramer and Farmer as it's rattled behind the net. Jordan Gagnon in his first Commissioner's Cup Finals played it to James Farmer. Roman Kramer couldn't hang on to the puck as it's chopped down and eventually tapped back out to the neutral zone. Brendan Riley and Josh Kevlinger with you here on Carolina Thunderbirds TV and on WTOB. This one snapped in by Dan Weber right to the stick of Mario Cavalieri, and Clay Keeley will take it for the Thunderbirds. 1 minute gone here in Game 1 of this best-of-5 Commissioner's Cup Final. The first 10 minutes are going to be such a key in every game for the Thunderbirds. Last year, they're outscored in the first period, 7-3. Daniel Stone and Jacob Schnapp battle. Jan Salak steps in. It's chipped over to the near half wall where the Black Bears look to clear the zone with Austin Thompson. He flips it far side. Dakota Bond whiffed on a pass, and Clay Keeley will take it back behind his netminder. Here's Yuri Pestuka. Banks it up the near wall. Clay Keeley gets it out to the neutral zone. Panachik drops it back to Pestuka. Fired up to the blue line. Salak had it poked away by Bond. Panachik picked up the loose puck, weaving his way into the corner. Has it on the forehand. Cycled it back to Salak. Spins to the wall. Leaves it for Dawson Baker. Baker, a quick shot, went off with a stick of C.J. Stubbs as Nate Keeley crashes down into the far corner, pressuring Bond, but Stubbs now has it and starts into the neutral zone. Stubbs gains the red line and dumps this one in as the Black Bears go for a change. Just over 2 minutes gone here. Here's Gordon Whalen up the near wall. Gets to the red line, flips it in. As he had Cameron Clark closing on him, it's jammed in at the near post. McAnanima holds it and covers.
Yeah, both teams kind of feeling it out here at the start for the first 2 or so minutes here, Brendan. Definitely some nerves and some anxiousness from either side and playing a little bit of territorial right now, but look for this to start opening up here in the next few minutes.
Blake Tosto wins the draw against Nate Keeley. Here come the Black Bears trying to break out. Cutting to the inside was Cameron Clark. Finds Tosto up the near wall. A shot and a save by Cavalieri, who covers. Tosto trying to come right in on the netminder, and the Thunderbirds take exception to that. It's Clark, Tosto, Nick Swain also out there. This is the third line for the Black Bears against the third line for the Thunderbirds. Faceoff's going to come to the left of Mario Cavalieri. 3-1-0 in these playoffs with a 157 goals against and a 953 save percentage. Nate Keeley won the draw. Baker had to go through his skates. Having trouble with it was Tosto. He cycles this one around. Joe Kennedy fires a backhand that was behind Gordon Whalen up the near wall. Batista able to get it out to the neutral zone. Whalen feeds it up to Keeley. Keeley snapped it right back into the slot. Whalen was joining him on the rush, but it was intercepted by Jesse Anderson. Anderson up the near wall, flips it off of the glass Cavalieri out from his crease, goes to play it, fires it far side. Gagnon had it poked away. Where Gus Ford takes it away from Gavin Yates. Roman Kramer across the blue line, fired in front, a shot and a save by McAnanima as it was Gus Ford at the near post trying to get it on the back end.
Yeah, good look from Roman Kramer there. James Farmer kind of gets handcuffed in the D zone with this pass, breakout pass from Gus Ford. Just kind of chips it up to Kramer, and Kramer with some patience to find Ford going to the net there.
Kramer, no points in the Continental Division Final. Ford had one. Here's White off with the draw, missed the net. Gagnon pinches down. Looks behind the cage, is intercepted by Kyle Steffen. Couldn't clear the zone though. Gagnon from the point. His shot didn't get through. Steffen knocked it down, slides it to Gavin Yates. Yates into the slot, still has it. Couldn't get a shot away at first, comes in front, they score. Kyle Steffen right at the top of the crease, taps it home, and Binghamton takes a 1-0 lead here just over 3.5 minutes in.
Yeah, what a block by Stefan there. Makes the play on the D side of it, starts this 3-on-2 through the neutral zone, and does a good job of kicking it wide and driving the net. And Don Oliveri, kind of the third man, comes a little bit to the inside of the ice, and they generate a chance at the net, and Stefan able to backhand one in between the legs of Cavalieri.
So much like last year, Binghamton gets an early goal in game one. And now the Thunderbirds going to have to respond here. Just 3.5 minutes in. Black Bears a 1-0 lead here in game one. Jacob Schnapp will dump it in cross corner. It's picked up by Daniel Stone, banks it to Dakota Bond. Fired up the far wall to Austin Thompson. He had the lone goal in the one meeting this season. A shot from Stubbs, shouldered away by Cavalieri. Thompson waited for it, boxed out Salak, and they say it was played with a hand pass. Kyle Steffen from Gavin Yates. 3:33 into this first bank, first period. Yates last year was the finals MVP. He had 6 points. It was time for the most with Tyson Kirkby on Binghamton. Thunderbirds take the draw. Yuri Pistuka plays it to the near dot for Clay Keeley. Goes the short round to Peter Panachik, finds Jacob Schnapp in stride. Schnapp a shot blocked by Dakota Bond. Schnapp battling for it against Daniel Stone, who tips it up the near wall. CJ Stubbs goes back to Bond. Fired up to the red line. Thompson having trouble with Salak. He just swats it into the attacking zone for the Black Bears. Tyson Kirkby shoved into the glass by Clay Keeley. There's 15:35 remaining in this first period. Jan Salak corrals the loose puck for Carolina. Plays it up the far side to Peter Panachik, stepped into by Jesse Anderson, and the Black Bears regain control with Stubbs. Here's CJ Stubbs across the blue line. They're onside. Flips it to the far half wall, centering attempt. He was looking for Zach Sirota, who is tangled up with Gordon Whalen. Weber took the loose puck. A shot goes off the left skate of Whalen as Kennedy starts the outbreak. Pass deflected by Chris Mott. Thunderbirds just have to dump it in. So over 5 minutes gone here in game one of this best-of-5 series. Binghamton early 1-0 lead. Kyle Steffen from Gavin Yates. A long pass comes all the way to the blue line. Kennedy able to get it up to center ice, and Batista dumps it in. Shots are 6-1 here early on in favor of Binghamton. And an icing will send us to immediate timeout. 14:35 remains in the first period. Binghamton a 1-0 lead in game one. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Finish strong. Start here. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Carolina Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
Carolina trailing here in game one at home, 1-0. Kyle Steffens, second career playoff goal has the Black Bears ahead 1-0. Gavin Yates, the assist for his 31st career playoff assist. Yates, the two-time Commissioner Cup Final MVP. He was last year, as well as also back in the 2018 season with Watertown. Black Bears control off of the draw after an icing sent us to immediate timeout. 14:24 remaining here in this First Bank first period. Chris Mott taps this one in. Jordan Gagnon goes back to play it. Sirota went straight for the body, threw him into the glass. Ford comes in, corrals, played it up the near wall for Kramer, shoves a man down to the ice. That was Weber as the puck travels back behind Cavalieri's cage. Ford cross ice looking for Farmer. Stepping in and taking it was Oliveri. Shovels one into the slot. Cavalieri sticks it away. Farmer gloves a pass down below the goal line. As Carolina still trying to find their footing here across these first 6+ minutes. A turnover. Here's a chance for the Black Bears. Pass sent near side. It's Yates. It's 2-0.
Yeah, just an unfortunate miscue there from the D on Carolina. Gagnon and Farmer, the D back there, and just sort of a untimed defensive zone breakout there, and control breakout rather, and just a miscue, and Yates makes him pay on the cross ice feed there.
So the emphasis all week was the first 10 minutes. Binghamton again here a year later. Dominant across the first now, only 6.5 minutes as the Thunderbirds trail 2-0 here in game one at home. Clay Keeley, his pass intercepted by Stubbs, missed the net. Tyson Kirkby shovels it into the corner. Salak jams him up, comes free. Jan Salak will start the other way. Played up the near wall. Panachik tips this one in. Dakota Bond into the corner. Schnapp gives him a shove as it's wrapped over far side and taken by Thompson. Here's CJ Stubbs now. Fired it up to the red line. Pastuca got a piece of it as it traveled wide. Here's Jan Salak, 7 points in these playoffs. His pass nearly intercepted again. Carolina just being smothered right now. Blake Tasso dumps it into the corner. Scott Ramekers chips it back along. Ramekers gets it back. Played it to the near post. He was looking for Nicholas Swain. Tasso fires it around. Schnapp tried to clear. Salak steps in and is able to. Yuri Pastuca to Jan Salak, looking it off for a line change. Saucered it cross ice to Baker. Up to the blue line for Keeley. Finds Batita. Batita, a shot blocked by Anderson. Has it on the forehand, goes out to the point. Whalen across the blue line to Kennedy. His shot, McAnanima saw it the whole way and gloved it. And he freezes here, 12-13 remaining in this first.
Yeah, not an ideal start for Carolina, but you know what? That's a good shift there from the Butita, Keeley, and Baker line. A chance at the net. That's all you can ask for right now is some attempts at the net and to change some of this momentum here.
Gavin Yates from Kyle Steffen, both of them already with multi-point nights so far. Here's Kennedy, his shot saved by McAnanima. It's going to be tough to figure out. Connor McAnanima coming off of 2 straight shutouts last Saturday and Sunday. Won 30 games in the regular season. Suffered his first career playoff loss last Friday in Port Huron. That was a 3-0 shutout victory for the Prowlers before Binghamton shut Prowlers out the next 2 nights in Binghamton. Black Bears take the draw. Dawson Baker quickly a shot. Pinballed around after it got all the way through to McAnanima. Baker fired it right through the crease once again. Whalen Try to keep it in at the blue line. It's eventually poked back to Joe Kennedy. Weber tried to play it at the red line, hopped over his stick. It comes back out in front of the penalty boxes. Here's Kyle Steffen to the outside. A shot off of the mask of Cavalieri. Came right into the slot. Gagnon tried to get rid of it. Went off of Yates. Batista banks it up the near wall. Weber keeps it in. Farmer able to corral. Now here's a quick chance for Ford and White. Ford up the near side. Goes cross line. White scores! Zach White cuts the deficit in half. It's 2-1 Binghamton.
Just what the doctor ordered there. A little bit of luck. You get a broken stick from this Binghamton defender. Butita goes to finish his check on this near wall here on this breakout. Breaks the defender's stick and has the wherewithal to chip this up to Gus Ford. In the middle of a line change, the Ford line comes out. Gus Ford, little sauce over to Zach White into the back of the net. What a big-time goal from this top line.
Third playoff goal for Zach White. Has some life back in this Fairgrounds Arena. 2-1 the new score. With 11:15 remaining in the first period. Jordan Gagnon's backhand. Bond pinched down. He gets it at the far point. To the top of the slot. His shot deflected. Kramer takes a loose puck. Banks a pass to the outside. It was deflected and just behind White and an offside. John Batista and Gus Ford assisting on the goal from Zach White. 8:34 into this first period. And these finals are off to a fast start. Blake Keeley dumps this one in. Dakota Bond, who's pointless here in these playoffs. His pass taken away. It's Peter Banachik behind the cage. Out to the point. Keeley across the blue line. Pestuca waits. His shot went wide. CJ Stubbs looks down ice and an icing. The big draw here for Peter Banachik against Tyson Kirkby. You're just 9:24 in. And toss Banachik out. Kirkby wins the draw. Bond trying to get rid of it. Schnapp was closing on him. A long pass fired all the way down on Cavalieri. Saw it at the last second, able to make the save. Kirkby into the corner, stops, threw it in front, and a save by Cavalieri. As it was Austin Thompson had a clear lane into the top of Cavalieri's crease. Everyone trying to settle into this game right now. If you watched the finals last year, 3 goals within the first 10 minutes, not a big surprise, but I think both these teams thought it would be a little bit more of a feeling out process here early on.
Yeah, Brendan, I think we saw that feel out in the first round of shifts from each team, and you saw each team get one shift, and then it seemed like we were right into the mix here.
Carolina trailing 2-1. Nate Keeley banks the pass to the outside. It was deflected. Baker backhands it in. It's Scott Ramacruz for Binghamton in his own defensive zone. Goes behind McAnanima's cage with the puck. Keeley a good shoulder on Stubbs as Baker and Anderson battle in the corner. Puck popped free. Comes out to the point. Whalen thought about a one-timer. Instead it's sent cross ice. Kennedy to the outside. A shot saved by McAnanima. No freeze here at 9:54 remaining in this first. Baker and Anderson got tied up And the officials will step in. 9:54 to go here in the first period of game one. 2-1 Black Bears. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green, and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
Carolina trailing the Binghamton Black Bears 2-1 here in the first period of game one of this best of 5 series. Brendan Riley and Josh Keplinger with you. 9:54 to go in this first. It's a face-off to the left of Connor McAnanama. Face-off comes out to the top of the circle. Zach Sirota kicked it near side to Chris Mott. Sirota now down the near wall. Fired one across the top of Cavalier's crease. Banked out to the far wall. White trying to weave his way in. Goals for Binghamton from Kyle Steffen and Gavin Yates as we have a stoppage. Yates and Steffen both assisting on each other's goals. Then it was Zach White from Gus Ford and John Batista to make it a 2-1 game. 8:34 into this first period. Shots are 10-6 in favor of Binghamton so far. White and Sirota with a little extra for each other, and Jonathan Satarski, who's working his second Commissioner's Cup Finals, will step in and deliver instructions to both. Binghamton takes the draw. It's Scott Ramakers. Cross center ice, had it poked away by Ford momentarily. Blake Tosto found it and flips it in on Cavalieri. Played the short hop. Dropped it for Farmer. Kramer with a bank to the outside to Ford. Up the near side, a shot saved by McAnanama. Here's Zach Sirota. Saucer to backhand. That was collected by the Thunderbirds with Gus Ford. Farmer's pass. And pass Gagnon. I'll drop it right back to James Farmer. He's got 2 Commissioner's Cup playoff goals, both coming in Game 3 against Columbus in the Continental Division Final, both last year and this year. Baker, he wants a call. Batista trying to step into Gavin Yates, who weaved his way from him. We approach 8.5 to go here in this first period. Jesse Anderson into the neutral zone. Gets to the red line, goes cross corner. Kennedy and Yates go after it. Kennedy trying to spin his way away from Yates. He does. And goes to Dawson Baker in the far corner. Long pass cross ice was just out in front of Batista. He couldn't settle it down as Bond in front of the benches. Snap the pass. Found Gordon Whalen. Kennedy flips it backhand in. Second line coming out for Carolina. Daniel Stone spun away from Jacob Schnapp and finds Donald Oliveri. Fired it into the skates at the red line for Gavin Yates, who circles back. Daniel Stone now. Fired it up. Oliveri finds a loose puck. Pastuca stands him up, and Cavalieri shovels it up to the far point. Schnapp grabs the pass to Banachik across the blue line. Banachik got a step on Stone, but just did enough to disrupt him. Salak trying to recover. He does. Fires it to the near half wall for Banachik. He waits. Goes down into the corner for Salak. Fired it in front. Pastuca was crashing. Pinballs around once again. Salak's shot deflected wide. Bonacek plays it into the corner, and it's taken away by Dakota Bond, last year's Defenseman of the Year. Bonacek chopped it down. Kirkby held the stick of Pastuca, got it up to C.J. Stubbs. It goes into the far corner. Bonacek flips it up, goes off of a stanchion, finds Zach White. He drops it for Clay Keeley. 6:47 to go here in this first period. White spun down to the ice by Weber. Like inadvertent contact there. As Clay Keeley now will fire it past center ice. But now it's Tasso up the far side. What's the brakes on? Austin Thompson crunched into the boards. Carolina looking to break out the other way. Ford at the red line, flips it in, trying to dance around Anderson. Weber picks it up behind his netminder Connor McAnanama. Weber up to Jesse Anderson, dropped it back for Stubbs. Anderson walks into the zone untouched. Top of the slot is shot gloved by Cavalieri. There is 6:03 remaining as now Kramer and Gagnon have a little extra for Austin Thompson. Thompson tried to deliver a right on Gagnon. He might have gotten a piece of Drew Acalis. But Thompson will go back to the Binghamton bench. Both penalty boxes stay empty. They're just about 14 minutes in.
I guess the precedent is set now, so both teams can kind of know what they can and can't do around the net. That's a big part of the playoffs, right? Is obviously that the game within the game and something like that in the scrums. Like that's a mental note for Carolina on what they can expect.
Nate Keeley won the draw to the left of Cavalieri. John Batista having trouble with Cameron Clark. Fired it up to the blue line. That puck just snuck out before Weaver could keep it in and an offside. Another face-off right outside the attacking zone for Binghamton. Cavalieri, nothing for Joe Kennedy. Zeta had to skip by him. Weber spins it back in. Pinballs off of Nicholas Swain. As Clark dumps it in. Died in the near corner. Whalen flips it up for Batista. Snake Keeley goes cross ice on a backhand to Baker. Got around Stone for a second. Baker still fighting for it. Him and Stone deliver shoulders. Batista trying to run into him. Now it starts up the near wall. Swain lost the puck. Baker kept it in. Fired it down the near side. Here's Kirkby all the way at the blue line. Him and Keeley go into the corner. Pastuca smacks the backhand. Finds Jacob Schnapp. His pass intercepted by Oliveri. Left for Yates. Yates to the outside. Waiting. Looking now on the near side. Goes to the top of the slot. Bonus shot went wide. Goes off of the referee. It's Pastuca trying to clear. Instead he fired it in the direction of Bonacek. And Carolina's benefit bounced all the way down on McAnanama. 4:35 to go here in the first. 2-1 Binghamton lead in game one. Here's Yates again. Poke checked away by Gagnon. Farmer behind the net. Trying to get away from Oliveri. Flipped it up to Bonacek. Lofts it across the Thunderbirds logo. Or Schnapp just dumps it back in. Carolina will bring the first line out. .410 to go here in this first period. A pass deflected by Kramer. Has it at the goal line. Goes behind the net. Ford in the office. Goes out to Gagnon. Tried to return the feed to Ford. Instead, Weber able to clear. Gagnon chips it down the near side. Ford cycles it around. Weber just got rid of it before a White got there. C.J. Stubbs sends it back out in front of the benches. James Farmer bringing it across the blue line. He waits. A shot out of the glove of McAnanama. It's loose. Poked back out to the point. White tried to fire it far side for Ford. Goes off the stick of Weber and out of play. There were 3:28 remaining in the first. 2-1 Binghamton in game one. This is Thunderbirds hockey. 2-1 Black Bears leading the Thunderbirds. 3:28 to go in this first bank first period. Carolina responding after the Black Bears got two. Just 6:19 in. Here's Dakota Bond at the red line. Got to walk his way into the zone. Farmer stood him up, and Cavalieri's going to smother this one. Brendan Riley and Josh Keplinger with you. Josh, big final, 3:14 here. How can Carolina snag another before the break?
Yeah, I think they've settled in a bit. It got a little hairy there at the beginning, but I feel like they kind of found their legs, found their game, knew what they were getting themselves into. So look for Carolina to keep making clean exits. That's one thing that has been a theme lately, and the cleaner they get out, the cleaner they can attack.
Face off to the left of Mario Cavalieri. He's already seen 14 shots here tonight, saved 12 of them. On the other side, Connor McAnanimo saved 9 out of 10 for the Black Bears. Face-off travels to the near half wall. Austin Thompson picks it up for Binghamton. Flips it out to the point. Daniel Stone fires it to the near post, or is intercepted. Here's Jordan Gagnon. Across the red line, enters the zone, takes a big hip check from Stone, as now Kirkby has it. Thompson trying to work his way into the zone, had it taken away by Gus Ford. Chips it back below the goal. Gagnon back taps it up the far wall. Joe Kennedy trying to get out of his own zone. Stubbs, cross ice, pass taken away by Dawson Baker. Baker drops it, Keeley, a shot sticked away by McAnanimo. Flipped up, Stubbs gloved it, lost it. Baker, shot, looking for a deflection, Batista finds it, his shot fought off. Whalen keeps it in, fires one that flutters wide past the near post. Zach Sirota. Spun down by John Batista. Blake Tosto pinned to the glass by Nate Keeley, and they search for it here with 1:55 remaining in this first period. Batista knocks it free. Keeley, pass knocked away. Stubbs just alleviates the pressure as he lobs it out to center ice. Good pressure here by this third line for Carolina. Donald Oliveri, his backhand. It's going to be an offside against Tosto. Should be an icing now, but no call as Clay Keeley starts up the near side. Saucers a pass to Jan Salak. Poke back, Panachik of the near. Dot a shot deflected by Yates and out of play here with 1:18 remaining in this first period.
Another really good look by Carolina there. Panachik gets this strange hop off of the wall. Binghamton does a good job of closing Jan Salak off at the near wall. And this loose puck goes to Panachik and unable to pick a corner on McAnanimo. Lots of traffic in front.
That second line stays out there. Panachik, Salak, and Schnapp with Clay Keeley and Yuri Pestuka. Face off to the right of McAnanimo. Kicked around. Schnapp trying to get a shot away. Got his stick tied up, and now here comes Daniel Stone. Stone across the blue line, works to the outside, lost an edge, went to the boards, got back up and banks it for Yates. Shovel a pass to himself, gets rid of Clay Keeley. Couldn't get past Schnapp. So we have under a minute to go now here in the first period. A 2-1 lead for the Black Bears here in game one of this best-of-5 series in the Commissioner's Cup final. Keeley banks it to the outside. That just died on the kick plate. Didn't get the bounce he was looking for. Pastuca steps up, chips it back in. Thunderbirds were going to be offside. Gavin Yates spins it back into the near corner. He was taken down to the ice by Farmer. So finds Peter Panachik. Lofts one down. White trying to skate it down. He plays it to the near wall. Waits, finds Kramer in front. Couldn't get a shot away. Still have it though. 12 to go. Farmer. His shot off of Kirkby and into the near corner with 7 and 6. Black Bears able to clear. That should do it here for the first 20 minutes here in Winston-Salem, Carolina. Great look at the end. But the Thunderbirds trail after 20 minutes here in game one of this Commissioner's Cup Finals by a score of 2-1. Action-packed first 20 minutes of play. We saw 26 combined shots, 3 goals, and now both sides will have 18 minutes to adjust and get ready for the middle 20 here tonight. First period in game one, 2-1 lead for the Black Bears. We'll break down the first period after this. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Flo Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive. Or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
Avis Cupcakes is once again a proud sponsor of the 24-25 Carolina Thunderbirds. And just like the Birds, they are a true fan favorite. Weddings, events, corporate, and more. Avis Cupcakes help you score and score. When the Birds are playing either home or away, stop by Avis and make your day. Win or lose, you'll cheer the same. Avis treats will sweeten every game.
Looking to exceed your real estate expectations? Meet Jennifer Sapp, passionate about real estate. Jennifer works with all clients because regardless of property value, every transaction is important to you, and that matters to her. She's been a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds, supporting the community she loves. A consistent top producer, she's been helping people buy and renovate homes into their dream spaces. Call 336-782-3148 or visit jennifersapp.allentate.com. For over 85 years, Mustin and Crutchfield has been more than just a local market. We've been a proud part of North Carolina's heritage. When our founders started in 1938, they sourced meats from local farmers and groceries from small companies. Finding a way to stay competitive in this market has been a challenge through the years. Luckily, there are a lot of entrepreneurs, and now we have close to 50 local vendors that we feature. We're proud to partner with the Carolina Thunderbirds as a local sponsor, celebrating community values both on and off the ice. Mustin and Crutchfield, your hometown local grocer.
Fairgrounds Arena, we're at the first intermission tonight in game one of this best-of-5 Commissioner's Cup Finals. It's the Binghamton Black Bears with a 2-1 lead over the Carolina Thunderbirds. Brendan Riley and Josh Keplinger with you. Josh, the first period, we talked about it leading up to puck drop, something that head coach Steve Harrison had emphasized throughout the course of practice leading up to game one here tonight. First 10 minutes were going to be huge. About the first 7 minutes, it was all Black Bears.
Yeah, it was. I mean, they didn't do the best at coming out strong, really. They didn't necessarily weather the storm either. I mean, Binghamton pretty much carried the play for the first little bit there. A lot of one-and-done opportunities for Carolina. Not enough zone time or pressure, but you know what? Credit to them, though. They found their game. They got their legs a little bit. Once the Yates second goal went in, I feel like there was a little feeling on the bench being like, all right, hey, we're in this now. Like, we need to fight back now or we can't wait around. So credit to them for doing that, and they got themselves back in the hockey game.
Carolina was able to do that. It was Kyle Steffen who started the scoring just 3 minutes and 33 seconds into period number 1, assisted by Gavin Yates. That was a play that they were able to work it down low. It came right to the top of Cavalier's crease. There was bodies around, and it was Steffen who was able to find it and tap it home.
Yeah, they kept it simple. It was a 3-on-2 opportunity with a bit of a late back checker, and they're a veteran team, right? They're a smart team. They have guys that have been around and played pretty good levels of hockey, and they know in this time of year you just need to get pucks to the net, right? And that's what they did. And Kyle Steffen's a guy who won it last year with this team and big body, and found himself kind of on the inside of the Carolina D-man there, and just put a backhand, slipped it under Cavalieri. Not much you can do if you're Cavalieri there. Lots of traffic kind of in front of you. But you know what? It was all about what happened after that and how they needed to work themselves back in the game.
Well, a few minutes later, Binghamton would take a 2-0 lead. Scoring was flipped on this one. It was Gavin Yates. After a turnover in the defensive zone by Carolina, it was Yates. He was all alone. Cavalieri got a piece of it, had to go coast to coast, and Yates able to find the back of the net.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. Just a miscue for Carolina there, really. You can't have it. There's no excuses. But you know what? That's just all it was, just a little bit of a miscommunication, and you're giving it up to the wrong guys, right? Those aren't the two guys you want to give the puck up to. And Stefan makes a great, 60-foot pass over to Yates, and Yates doesn't make a mistake on it, and he has to make sure he gets enough on it because he knew Cavalieri was coming over. He got to skate to it, but just not quite enough.
Well, Carolina, they needed a response, and just over 2 minutes later, it was a nice job in the defensive zone, being able to get it out. John Batista set the play up. He was able to leave it for Gus Ford. 2-on-1, picture perfect saucer pass to Zach White. Thunderbirds are in the game.
Picture perfect. An excellent pass by Gus, but John Batista does a great job there at eliminating his defender. He actually knocks the stick out of his hands. So that was a big kind of component of that play. And then he stops, right? He stops on that puck. He doesn't circle around. That takes too long. You know what? He says, I need to stop here, get back to my position, chips one up, and then obviously those are two pretty good players you want on a 2-on-1 if you're Carolina.
Well, Zach White gets his third career FPHL playoff goal. Gus Ford gets his first point here of the finals. That's big. Gus only had 1 point. It was the decider back in the Continental Division final, that first line, trying to get going here early on in this best-of-5 series. But Carolina trailing after 20 minutes here tonight in Game 1. The netminders, that was one of the bigger storylines coming into this series. McAnanima versus Cavalieri for the second year in a row. The last two goalies of the year. Cavalieri in that first saves 12 out of 14. McAnanima 11 out of 12. What do you make of, we'll start with Cavalieri's game in that first.
Yeah, I thought Cavi was fine there. Obviously maybe the first one, if you're sitting down and you're talking about it, would you like to maybe have one there? Yes, but again, difficult save to make. Lots of traffic, screen, shot delivered, and the Binghamton player gets kind of body position. So, not much you can do there. And then if on the second one, that's just such a great pass by Stefan, and Gavin Yates is a guy that's going to score that because he's going to be able to one-time it. So asking a lot out of Cavi there, but I thought he settled in much better after that. I think, he kind of kept clear lanes, saw pucks, and then on the flip side for McAnanima, I just think Carolina needs more traffic, right? When they get that puck low to high and they deliver pucks to the net, you have to have somebody in his eyes or else he's going to see everything and he's going to stop everything.
McAnanima saved 50 straight shots in Games 2 and Game 3 against Port Huron. Comes to an end tonight as Carolina is able to find the back of the net. But now going into this second period, what does Carolina just need to focus on, especially in the early stages of period number 2?
It's about their start again. Binghamton is a team, that's their identity, that's their DNA. They want to jump on you right away. They have that 2-1-2 forecheck. They're going to send two guys hard on the Carolina defense. So they need to be aware of that and get back and track pucks quickly. And then once the first 5 minutes kind of go, they kind of settle in. There's not much of a lull, but it's more of a methodical type of style that Binghamton likes to play. So for Carolina, the first key is to weather that first 5 minutes and play on your toes and attack them.
Well, Carolina able to get out of the first period only trailing by 1. Last year, in the 3 games in the finals. They were outscored 7-3. It was then 2-2 in the second, then 4-4 in the third. So it was a pretty even series outside of the first period last year. Can Carolina try to improve on that here across the middle 20 minutes? It's 2-1, Binghamton over Carolina here at the first intermission. We'll run into a timeout and come back with more here on the first intermission report after this. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Whitey, what are you doing? We got to go. Dude, what do I do with my dog?
Oh, just take him to the pet barn.
For reasonable prices on grooming, boarding, and dog daycare, choose the Pet Barn, located at 7844 Blues Creek Road in Blues Creek. The Pet Barn, proud partners of the Carolina Thunderbirds.
Get into the swing of things at Tee It Up Indoors. Offering 3 simulators, over 11,000 virtual courses, lessons, club fittings, and a variety of snacks and beverages, Tee It Up Indoors is the place to go and work on your game. Call us at 336-285-7823 or visit our website at teeitupindoors.net.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
Here at the Fairgrounds Arena, Carolina trailing the Binghamton Black Bears 2-1 here after 20 minutes of play here tonight. Brendan Riley with you here on Carolina Thunderbirds TV and on WTOB. Thunderbirds and Black Bears for the second year in a row here in the Commissioner's Cup Final. Only one game in the Stanley Cup playoffs tonight. It's the St. Louis Blues with a 1-0 lead over the Winnipeg Jets. There from the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, as Winnipeg has a 3-2 series lead there. Blues trying to head back to Winnipeg for Game 7. You got a Game 7 tomorrow night from the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. Stars Avalanche for Game 7. Last night it was the Avalanche putting up 7 in a 7-4 victory to force Game 7 there at Ball Arena in Denver. So you got a Game 7 coming up tomorrow. We might have one there on Sunday as well if the Blues should hold on here tonight. Some of the conference semifinals already decided. You'll have the Maple Leafs and Panthers, a 1-3 matchup. In the Atlantic side, on the Metropolitan, you got the Capitals and Hurricanes. On the other side, in the West, Golden Knights and Oilers. And it will be the winner of the Jets and Blues and the Stars and Avalanche. Last night, Vegas winning the series with a 3-2 win. Tough to see Marc-Andre Fleury's career come to an end there for the historic and great and future Hall of Famer Marc-Andre Fleury. We got Maple Leafs, Panthers, Capitals, Hurricanes, Golden Knights, and Oilers who beat the Kings for the 4th year in a row of the 6-4 win as they took that series in 6. But Carolina and Binghamton right now here at the first intermission. It's a 2-1 Black Bears lead over the Thunderbirds. And we'll reset things for the start of the second period after this. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Finish strong. Start here. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on-site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Carolina Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pinebrook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green, and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
Carolina and Binghamton at the first intermission here in Game 1 of this best-of-5 Commissioners' Cup Finals. Brenda Riley and Josh Keplinger with you. Shots in that first period, 14-12 in favor of the Black Bears. Kyle Steffen from Gavin Yates. Gavin Yates from Kyle Steffen. Both goals coming within 3 minutes of each other. And before we were even 6.5 minutes into the first period, Zach White from Gus Ford and John Batista gave the Thunderbirds life. 8:34 into the first. And Carolina trails after 20 minutes here this evening. Josh, Carolina now going into this second period. You said that the first few minutes are going to be big. But what were the positive signs you saw there from Carolina after they got that goal across the final half of that first?
Yeah, just like the first 6 to 8 minutes were kind of all Binghamton. The last 6 minutes were all Carolina, I thought, in that period. They definitely tilted the ice. They were moving downhill. They were getting pucks in on this Binghamton D and causing them to make plays under stress, and that's what Carolina has to continue to do this period.
Well, head coach Steve Harrison makes his way back out to the ice. Thunderbirds will join him shortly after. It's a 2-1 Black Bears lead after 20 minutes of play. What do the middle 20 minutes have in store here in Game 1 of this best-of-5 Commissioners' Cup Finals? The second period comes up on the other side of this timeout. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Introducing Flow Rewards, the exclusive rewards program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards points automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app to start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase. Flo Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive. Or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
Back here at the Fairgrounds Arena, we're just about set for the start of the second period, which is brought to you by Flow Automotive. Brendan Riley and Josh Keplinger with you. It's a 2-1 Black Bears lead here in game one of the Commissioner's Cup final. Carolina went down 2-0 quickly, thought, oh boy, will we maybe have a little repeat of last year here in Winston-Salem in the finals? Thunderbirds did a nice job getting some momentum back in their favor. They had a chance, a prime opportunity to tie it with just under 20 seconds remaining in that first period. Now they're going to try to find some early opportunities to tie this one up. It'll be the same five that started for Carolina, the same five that started for Binghamton. Kyle Steffen and Gus Ford for the draw. We're underway in the second period here from the Fairgrounds Arena. Carolina trailing the Binghamton Black Bears 2-1 here in game one of the Commissioner's Cup final. Carolina starts with a dump into the attacking zone. In the corner, Zach White trying to jam it free. Dan Weaver able to find it and flips it to Gavin Yates. Him and Steffen both already with 2 points here tonight. It's Steffen, fired it in. It was tipped into the glove of Cavalieri. Good early save there and a redirect by Cavalieri.
Yeah, really solid, really tracked that nicely. Gus Ford kind of determines Gavin Yates to make a choice in the neutral zone, and Ford picks wrong, and Yates kind of enters in on a pretty quick 3-on-2 there, but good job on Cavalieri seeing one early.
Cavalieri saved 12 out of 14 in that first period. Connor McAnanima saved 11 out of 12 for Binghamton. Face off to the right of Cavalieri. Spinacic and Kirkby. Kirkby wins the draw, comes out to Dakota Bond. Bond waits, had his shot deflected, got it back though. Schnapp nearly took it away as Thompson has a pass banked off of a man. Pasuka sends it off the top of the glass and into the Thunderbirds penalty box. That was about an inch or two higher. Carolina would have been going to the penalty kill.
Boy, was that close. That just caught the top of the glass there. Seems like the refs early on at least are going to let the boys play a little bit, which both teams kind of made a mental note of, and good thing to know going forward.
Kirkby wins the draw again against Spinacic. Pasuka battling against Stubbs. It's rattled out to the near point. Bond chips it down the wall. Stubbs goes cross ice to Daniel Stone. Stone sends one intentionally wide. Karams off of the kick plate. It's Kirkby against Spinacic. Shovels it down low. It's tipped up to Austin Thompson. Fired one through the slot. He was trying to find Kirkby, who was tangled up. Yuri Pasuka slides it out to the neutral zone. Stone sends it right back in. 18:42 to go here in the second period. Carolina trailing here in game one at home. Salak took it away from Bond. Found Dawson Baker. Baker on a stick lifted by Nicholas Swain. Before Carolina's able to take it back. Whalen's pass out in front of Keeley, and Stone goes back to take it. Here comes Daniel Stone up the far side. Stone a plus 56 in the regular season. That was the best in the league. Shovel one behind the net. Kennedy battling. And we have a stoppage as the corner door leading to the Binghamton dressing room opened up after that collision.
Oof. Fortunate either team's player didn't get hurt. They're getting tied up in the door.
A shot right off with a draw from Tosto goes wide. Him and Nate Keeley were spinning at the dot. Here's Tosto, top of the zone. His shot deflected into the near corner. Dawson Baker with Anderson pinching down on him. Able to fire it out, but only as far as Blake Tosto at the red line. Sends a pass cross ice. It's Cameron Clark. Spins a pass, and Tosto skates down. Tosto, cross ice. Ramaker's wanted the puck. Pass came to him. Couldn't hang on to it. And now Ramakers has to go run this pass down. Batita closing on him. Shoves him in. A little trouble with it was Jesse Anderson as that traveled just to the far post of McAnanima. Is Donald Oliveri. Weaves a pass up to Yates. Him and Farmer. They go down into the corner. Farmer spins away from him. Look for the cross ice pass. Went up the far wall instead. Able to clear the zone as Bond slides it to Oliveri. Jordan Gagnon. His backhand finds Gus Ford. Ford assisted on the goal for Zach White. Kramer has this one kicked off his skate. As Steffen flips it up the far wall. Farmer kept it in. His shot gloved by McAnanima. And he freezes with 16:41 remaining in this second. That's just the first shot for Carolina in this second period. Both sides with one apiece so far. Carolina been struggling at the dot so far. Ford goes down to the ice. He got his stick snapped by Steffen. He'll go to the bench, get a new piece of lumber as Dakota Bond has it behind his netminder. Fakes a pass up to the blue line. Steffen is looking for Bond, joining the rush now. Chips it into the near corner of the attacking zone. Bond lost an edge, tackled down by Farmer. He lost his helmet, gets back to his skates. He has to go to the bench. Yates spinning out to the top of the zone, had it poke checked away. And Kirkby for Binghamton able to collect. Yates, his backhand. He was looking for Dan Weber. Thought the pass would be too late. Here's a long pass. It's White. Tipped one just wide. Crowd wants a call. They're not going to get one. Yates takes it away from Solak. Yates up the near side. Threw it in the skates of Gagnon. Took his stick with him. As now Gagnon doesn't have a stick. Here's a shot fought off with the mash by Cavalieri. Goes to readjust it. Gagnon's stick down on the ice over on the far wall. As now we have a stoppage here for Cavalieri to readjust the mast. How many times you see that someone just cleanly take a stick from the other player like that?
Yeah, it's so sneaky. Yates is such a smart player. I mean, he kind of feels Gagnon's stick kind of get up underneath his arm there as he's trying to go around him, and he kind of clamps down on that top hand arm and kind of takes the stick of Gagnon out of his own hands. And Binghamton able to get a chance immediately after too, and puck zings Cavalieri's bucket off, and we start up fresh again.
15:36 to go in the second. Peter Panachik wins the draw against Tyson Kirkby. Panachik banks it off the dashers out in front of the benches. Weaver's back pass intercepted by Solak. He chips it in. Carolina is going to be offside. So now Jesse Anderson starts up the near wall. Anderson across the blue line at it. Taken away by Yuri Pastuka. Banked it up into the neutral zone. Solak shovels it in before Kirkby fires it right back out. Pastuka will slap this one around. Schnapp chasing after Weaver. Tangles him up. Panachik pokes it to Schnapp. Fired it to Solak, who is in the slot. Pass missed his stick, and it comes all the way down on Cavalieri, who will backhand it over to the far corner. Keeley not able to pick it up. Stubbs finds it, fires it into the slot. Pastuka pokes it free. He starts to break the other way. Pastuka looking for Keeley. A backhand swat at it. Traveled through the blue paint, but went harmlessly to the far corner. Now here's up the far sides, Austin Thompson. These two sides starting to open things up a little bit here in this second period. 14 and a half to go. A turnover, it's Tosto, he scores. Another turnover by Carolina in the defensive zone. Cavalieri bowled over by Tosto. who gets his second in these playoffs, and it's 3-1 Black Bears here at 14:24 remaining in the second. Miscues that Carolina had throughout the season, but had done a nice job fixing and eliminating down the stretch, now haunting them here in game one of the finals. And you can't make those mistakes against a team like Binghamton. It's a 2-goal lead again for the Black Bears. Carolina right into the attacking zone. Roman Kramer trying to work his way around the Saginaw native Dakota Bond. Comes out to the near point. Gagnon sends it right back in. Ford spun down to the ice by Tosto, who just built the lead to 2 again for the Black Bears. Just over 6 minutes gone here in the second period of game one. Bond couldn't hold the saucer pass. Gagnon fired it up to Ford, tipped it in, nearly got White right on the stick on the deflection. White pins Stone to the boards. And Bond's able to clear. Farmer with Mott pressuring. Mott poked it free, or White tipped it back in for Carolina, but Binghamton able to control. Daniel Stone waited for Schnapp, flipped it down ice. Pass from Clay Keeley out in front of Panachik. Now it's Steffen. Steffen with Schnapp closing on him. Sends him down. Salak working his way to the middle of the ice. Trying to go far side. Yates got a piece of it. Here's the turnover. Salak into the attacking zone. Trying to fight off one man. Panachik comes away with the puck. Flips it back in. Schnapp missed the net. There was space there for Schnapp. Yates lost his stick trying to deflect the pass from Clay Keeley. He takes it from Peter Panachik. Fires one up to the neutral zone. It was poked away by Oliveri. Oliveri behind the net on the backhand. Saucered out to the point. It was just held in by Weber. Played it between the legs and into the far corner. Oliveri fires it in. Went off the post. Pinballed right out into the slot. Schnapp trying to go the other way. Schnapp and Ramekers, they collide into the Dashers in front of the Black Bears bench. Kirkby's pass going to go for an icing here at 12 remaining in the second. It's a 3-1 Binghamton lead in game one of the finals. We run into immediate timeout. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Avis Cupcakes is once again a proud sponsor of the 24-25 Carolina Thunderbirds. And just like the Birds, they are a true fan favorite. Weddings, events, corporate, and more. Avis Cupcakes help you score and score. When the Birds are playing either home or away, stop by Avis and make your day. Win or lose, you'll cheer the same. Avis treats will sweeten every game.
Looking to exceed your real estate expectations? Meet Jennifer Sapp, passionate about real estate. Jennifer works with all clients because regardless of property value, every transaction is important to you, and that matters to her. She's been a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds, supporting the community she loves. A consistent top producer, she's been helping people buy and renovate homes into their dream spaces. Call 336-782-3148 or visit jennifersapp.allentate.com.
Carolina trailing the Binghamton Black Bears 3-1 here in game one of the Commissioner's Cup final. Brendan Riley and Josh Keplinger with you. Blake Tosto after another Carolina turnover in the defensive zone as the Black Bears leading 3-1. 12-12 to go in this second period. Dawson Baker tried to work his way to the top of the circles. Couldn't hang on to that pass. Whalen took that puck possibly off of the face. And he now has it over in the far corner. Whalen up to Nate Keeley. Couldn't hang on to it. For Tyson Kirkby. Chips it in. Joe Kennedy goes the short way to Dawson Baker. Flips one down. Batista goes to skate it down. Him and Ramekers go below the goal line. And the puck kicks to Tyson Kirkby. Banks the pass to the outside. Thompson chips it in. Kennedy and Gagnon both go back for Carolina. Gagnon waited for Kirkby to close in on him. Rims it up the far wall. Daniel Stone has it at the blue line. Fires it to Bond. Chop far side. Kirkby gets it back. His shot deflected by Gagnon and into the mesh. With 11:19 remaining in this second period.
Yeah, Brendan, you touched on it. Another miscue by Carolina on that third Binghamton goal. Blake Tosto goes in, former Florida Junior Blade, USPHL junior player. Picks a corner on Cavalieri, but another kind of sloppy play by Carolina in their D zone.
Tosto for the draw, and Cameron's right in on Cavalieri, who makes the save. Tosto wins it out to the point. Stone shot sailed high. Zach White looks to clear. Carolina been struggling at the face-off circle all night so far. White picks it up. They say they're onside. He goes cross corner. Kramer pressuring Stone. Tosto. Now Bond. The red line. Sends it to the far corner. Farmer and Nicholas Swain battle for it. Tosto picks it up, fired it in front, missing the net was Swain. He had the whole net, and he missed it, lifted it high on the backhand. And it goes for an icing, but it was just inches away from being 4-1. Lucky break, though, for Carolina, but now they have an icing. There were 10:34 remaining in this second. In a game like this, something like that, you got to be able to capitalize.
Oh, absolutely. That puck just rolled on Swain right at the last second and went to just put it in the middle of the net with his backhand, and it flipped up on him.
Swain was impressive in 9 games in the regular season. The Wilkes University product. He had 10 points in 9 games. Made his debut against Carolina on March 15th. Another face-off win by the Black Bears comes in on Cavalieri. He was trying to deflect it away from Steffen. Weber gloved it down at the blue line. White steps in, pokes it free. Now it's a 2-on-1. Him and Ford. White waits, tried to get it to Ford. Weber got back. Trying to clear. Gagnon holds it in, fired it. Trying to find Ford at the near post. And it caroms to the near corner where Weber again closed down quickly by Kramer. Got it up to Yates. Chips it to himself at the red line. Yates feeds it for Oliveri. Trying to work to the back end. Panachik goes down. So did Oliveri. Fired near post. Panachik comes in. He's just able to bank it out. White is behind Weber, and we're going to have a call here with 9:50 remaining in this second period. It's a 3-1 Black Bears lead. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
For over 85 years, Mustin and Crutchfield has been more than just a local market. We've been a proud part of North Carolina's heritage. When our founders started in 1938, they sourced meats from local farmers and groceries from small companies. Finding a way to stay competitive in this market has been a challenge through the years. Luckily, there are a lot of entrepreneurs, and now we have close to 50 local vendors that we feature. We're proud to partner with the Carolina Thunderbirds as a local sponsor, celebrating community values both on and off the ice. Mustin and Crutchfield, your hometown local grocer.
Whitey, what are you doing? We gotta go. Dude, what do I do with my dog?
Oh, just take him to the pet barn.
For reasonable prices on grooming, boarding, and dog daycare, choose the Pet Barn, located at 7844 Blues Creek Road in Blues Creek. The Pet Barn, proud partners of the Carolina Thunderbirds.
An offside call. It's going to bring the face-off across from the Thunderbirds bench. They were going to have the draw in the attacking zone for the Thunderbirds. They just moved it out, coming out of this media timeout. 9:50 to go here in the second period of Game 1. Carolina trailing Binghamton 3-1 here at home. Clay Keeley snaps this one in. Dakota Bond Feeds it up the near wall. Austin Thompson, a one-touch pass, finds Tyson Kirkby. Goes far side. Threw it to the back skate of Stubbs. As now Schnapp sends it back into Panachik. A shot punched away by McAnanima. Caromed over to Schnapp. Tried to go out to the point. Deflected around. Taken by Kirkby. Being closed quickly. All three forwards below the goal line for Carolina. Keeley to Panachik. His pass out to the point. Tip. Pastuca holds it in. Rims it down to the far corner. Stone and Panachik battle one-on-one. Stone shoves him off the puck. Kirkby flips it up the far wall, and C.J. Stubbs tries to clear, and awkwardly off of the glass. Was held up right in front of the Thunderbirds bench as Dakota Bond dumps this one in, and it's a hand goes up from the linesman as the Black Bears are offside with 8:48 remaining in this second. Good catch there at the far wall by Drew Wakalis. So now the face-off's going to come across from the Black Bears bench. John Batista chips this one into the attacking zone. Tosto takes it for Binghamton. Jesse Anderson. They'll clear the zone. Batista goes back. He got secondary assist. And it's going to be an icing against the Thunderbirds.
Boy, I didn't see much room there between the red line and where John Butita shot that puck in to dump it in. I mean, there's a little bit of a grace area too, but I guess not tonight.
Nate Keeley wins the draw against Blake Tosto. Carolina needs to get something going. Baker flips it into the far corner. Nate Keeley and Scott Ramaker's battle. Batista steps in, takes a loose puck. The referee jumps out of the way. Baker cross ice. Kennedy, a shot, punched away, comes into the slot, and picked up by Tosto. His clearing attempt. Kennedy tried to walk the blue line. Instead, Batista will drop it back for Whalen. We'll rim this one around. Anderson spun away from Batista. Feeds a pass for Zach Sirota. Looking up ice. Finds a man, flipped in. Cavalieri sticks it into the corner. And it's Chris Mott trying to fire it in. Carolina now the other way with Ford, White, and Kramer. Ford, a shot. Blocked. Kramer getting to the loose puck, getting his jersey tugged. Gagnon at the near point. He waits. Cycles this one around. Farmer battling against Dakota Bond. Chips it into the corner. Ford, the backhand to the near wall. Gagnon couldn't hang on to it. He goes down to the ice. Lost his stick again. Sirota snaps it for Mott. He dumps it in. Black Bears lead. Kramer flips one for Ford to settle down. Him and Yates battle for it. Yates drops it back for Stone. Ford holds it in at the blue line. Not enough on that pass for Zach White as Dakota Bond gains the red line. Chips it back in for Yates at the near wall. Spun away from Gagnon. Didn't like his options and cycles it around. Donald Oliveri trying to feed it to the top of the slot. Got it right back. Snap cross ice. It's Stone. Fired it in. Cavalieri able to make the save. Yates. Gagnon all over him. Those two both go down to the ice. And Salak steps in, takes a loose puck. Yates wants a call. So now they're both just getting back up. Farmer was looking for White. He was going off for a change. And now here come the Black Bears the other way. Oliveri. Bond got tangled up. Tripped Yates, his own man. Schnapp takes it away from Bond. Stone able to corral. Flips it up to Yates. Across the blue line. Yates a shot into the skates of Gagnon. He clears, but only as far as Kirkby at center ice. 5:53 to go here in this second period. Schnapp needs to get back on side as he crunched Dan Weaver, and Salak didn't see it and walked into the zone. Carolina trying to get anything going their way here. Second year in a row, Carolina and Binghamton meet in the finals. Nate Keeley able to win the draw against Tyson Kirkby. Here's Joe Kennedy. Chips it into the corner. Him and Weber battle for it. Kennedy took it away. Trying to find Nate Keeley. Puck skipped on him. Over at the near wall, Kirkby and Anderson with Batita and Keeley. Keeley wills it over to the far corner where Weber takes it for Binghamton. Flipped up the far wall. Then out to the neutral zone. Whalen banks it right up to the red line. Baker went between the legs to Nate Keeley. Dumps this one in. McAnanima was looking for an icing. Baker quickly to Batita. Out to the point. Kennedy looking for a lane. His shot sticked away and into the netting here with 5:06 remaining in this second period.
Yeah, it's a good forecheck by this line. I liked how this line is played tonight. Obviously outside of the one Baker miscue in his defensive zone there, but honestly, they've been forechecking really well. They've been causing havoc. They've been taking the body. Binghamton's D like to have plenty of time and space. They don't really like to be hit and ridden into the boards. So if I'm Carolina, I'm gonna recognize that and use it to my advantage and start getting it on the forecheck a little bit more aggressively.
Ford and Tosto. Ford tries to step through on the draw. Not able to as Cameron Clark sends it back into Tosto. Fired in just to the right of Cavalieri. Farmer chips it up the far wall. Kramer able to clear the zone as Dakota Bond goes back to take it for the Black Bears. 4:47 remaining in this second period, which is brought to you by Flow Automotive. We're here at the Fairgrounds Arena in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Here in Game 1 of the Commissioner's Cup Finals. Cameron Clark dancing his way into the attacking zone for the Black Bears. Farmer a shoulder on Swain. Clark trying to come in. He takes it, has it on the forehand, fires it into the top of the crease. Gagnon able to dispose of it. White's pass behind Kramer went to dump it in. Doors cut down. Here's Dakota Bond. 4:10 to go in this second period. Swain had a step on Pastuca as Thunderbirds were in the midst of a change. Swain favoring his right arm as he heads to the bench for Binghamton. Clay Keeley will start the far side. Banked it behind Jan Solak. Daniel Stone takes it back. His pass intercepted by Panachik. Fires it to the goal line for Solak. Working his way in on the back end. Couldn't get a shot away. Weber and Schnapp were tangled up down on the near side. They're still tangled up behind the play as now Oliveri shovels this one in. Schnapp still in the attacking zone as the Thunderbirds were trying to start the other way. Oliveri across the blue line. Fires it into the top of the slot. Somehow Yates comes away with it. He just gets to every puck before it's poked back out to center ice. 3:13 to go here in this second period. Shots are tied at 19. Pastuca looks far side. It was deflected. Batita skates it down, weaves his way in. John Batita's shot fought off by McAnanima. Rebound goes into the near corner. Ram occurs. Flips it up the far wall. It's CJ Stubbs. Try to chip this one in. It goes out of play here at 2:45 remaining in this second period. Binghamton a 3-1 lead in Game 1. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
Carolina trailing the Binghamton Black Bears 3-1 here. Late stages of period number 2. There's some conversation during the media timeout if there should have been a delay of game against Carolina. Both penalty boxes stay empty, though.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a reach to say that puck wasn't just deflected out and shot out. A little ambitious in my mind, but obviously the refs agreed.
2:45 remaining here in this second period. Whalen had trouble after Carolina won the draw. Joe Kennedy fight it away from Tyson Kirkby. Sean Batista, cross ice, back to Kennedy, into the attacking zone. Kennedy chips it to himself, takes a shoulder from Bond. It's now the other way, CJ Stubbs into the neutral zone. Stubbs across the blue line, had it poked away. Carolina takes it now, but Nate Keeley, who swooped in, working to the outside. Keeley, a shot, snuck through the blue paint, but wide. Too much on that pass by Bond. No icing. It's Baker. Feeds it into space for Keeley to go skate down. Pokes it to himself. Keeley battling against Anderson. Hit from behind by Mott. Mott tried to kick it free. Kramer stepped in, took it away. Fired it to White. A shot sailed high. McAnanima never saw that. If that's on net, it might be a 1-goal game. Anderson's pass intercepted. White takes the shoulder. Gagnon back to White. Sends it far post. Kramer to 4 down front. White's shot just went wide. Carolina again getting opportunities in the late stages of a period. Haven't been able to capitalize. Under 90 to go here in this second period. Ford right back in. Flips it far side. Kramer swatted it in. It was just out in front of Ford. Jesse Anderson with Ford. And Tosto. They all search for it. 65 to go here in the second. A 3-1 Binghamton lead. Black Bears just able to get it out. Gagnon looking for the home run pass. It went off of Dan Weaver, so no icing. Salak knocked it out of the air. And it was played with a high stick by Salak, called by the referee all the way back in Carolina's defensive zone. That's Jonathan Sitarsky.
Good shift by Carolina's top line there. Ford, White, Kramer forcing turnovers, putting pressure on Binghamton's defense there, making them make a little bit more riskier plays. That's what Carolina's got to continue to do. They have to continue to put Binghamton's D under more pressure.
43.5 to go in this second period. Dan Weaver gets it off of the draw, and Yuri Pastuka wraps the pass near side. Jacob Schnapp had to dump it in and went off of Stanchion. It's flipped off of the glass. Did it go straight out of play, or did it go off of the glass? Carolina wants to delay a game, and they're going to get it. Carolina's going to go to the power play for the first time tonight. First power play of these Commissioner's Cup finals. Jesse Anderson, a delay a game.
This is a big opportunity for Carolina here. You kind of have a blend on this power play. You have Gus Ford out there with the 3 checks, Pastuka, Panicek, Salak, and Nate Keeley, the centerman, going to be your nut front guy, and you have 27 seconds to operate here. It starts with this faceoff. This faceoff couldn't be any bigger for Nate Keeley. You have to win it, and you have to generate an attempt early.
Power play is brought to you by Atrium Health. There's the faceoff win. Yuri Pastuka to the top of the circles. Panicek, a shot got deflected off of bodies and just went high. Ford takes a loose puck. He holds here at 15 to go, and his pass right to Kirkby. Now a 2-on-1, possibly a 3-on-1. Kirkby blockered away. Rebound tap far side, a backhand denied by Cavalier. Rebound swatted at. And Cavalier is able to make the save here with 1.2 remaining in this second. It was the veteran CJ Stubbs with 2 opportunities. And Cavalieri sprawling.
I know Cavi's dad, who's in the building tonight, is pretty fired up about that one. His mom, Nina, at home, too. The Cavalieri crew watching on. Really fired up to see their son make that desperate save there.
That could have really been the game right there. 1.2 to go in this second period. Face off. It's angled up, and that does it for the middle 20 here tonight. Carolina will start the third period on the power play for the first minute and 33 seconds. They had a look off of that draw. It was Binghamton, though, with a chance to make it 4-1. With just the dire seconds left on the board. But we're through 40 minutes here in Game 1 of the Commissioners' Cup Final. It's the Black Bears, a 3-1 lead over the Carolina Thunderbirds. We'll be back to break down the first 40 minutes. Coming up on the other side of this timeout, this is Thunderbirds hockey.
Finish strong. Start here. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on-site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Carolina Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
Back here at the Fairgrounds Arena, we're through 40 minutes of play here tonight, and it's the Binghamton Black Bears here in Game 1 of the Commissioners' Cup Finals, a 3-1 lead over the Carolina Thunderbirds. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth. Brendan Riley and Josh Keplinger with you. Josh, that second period, one that there was another miscue by Carolina that resulted in a Binghamton goal, but on the other side, Carolina, they had chances, but just haven't been able to capitalize.
Yeah, exactly. It was an unfortunate mistake. It was a bad hop, and you know, it ends up in the back of your net. That's the type of team you're playing in these finals, is a team that's going to make you pay for that stuff. And Binghamton did there. Blake Tosto makes a good play, jumps that pass, and you know, goes in and finds one. So for Carolina, they got their work cut out for them. I mean, I thought at times that period they kind of worked Binghamton a little bit. They got on their D. I thought the Butita, Keeley, Baker line was pretty effective at times, and Carolina needs to keep doing more of that and creating chances for themselves, because this Binghamton team is good enough where they're not just going to give them to you.
No, they make everyone work for their opportunities. Carolina had a few chances, and then after a game for the first 39 and a half minutes was there's no infractions. There's no one going to the box yet. It was Jesse Anderson called for a delay of game. Carolina goes to the power play. They have an opportunity at the start, but then after that, pass intercepted, and then it was a 3-on-1 really for Binghamton the other way in the dire seconds. Mario Cavalieri keeping the Thunderbirds in it.
Exactly. I mean, at the start, it was just what the doctor ordered, right? It was a face-off win and 25 seconds left to get a chance, and they did that. Panicek makes a good shot there. It just kind of gets blocked on the way in, and Gus Ford makes a bit of a risky pass, we'll call it, and Tyson Kirkby, a guy who's been in the league for a long time, a winner, turns it around the other way and gets a really good chance 2-on-1, and obviously kind of mayhem after that. And Carolina really fortunate for this to still be a 2-goal game, and this game to still be in reach. And not only that, they have a minute and a half of a power play on fresh ice.
Yeah, Carolina will be on the power play for the first minute and 33 seconds after Anderson was called for the delay of game. But that sequence by Cavalieri at the end of that second period, if that goes in, it's a 3-goal game. That's probably the night. But is that almost as good as when you get a goal in those final 2 minutes?
I mean, it's right up there. It's one of those things that you can get momentum from. It's a little unfortunate that, they have to wait for the third period, but a good sign of that is they get the clean ice. But, yeah, I mean, you can get a ton of momentum from that. You can get a ton of momentum from a big penalty kill, a big body check, or somebody blocking a big-time shot on the penalty kill. So there's lots of different ways, and that's one of them, a scramble play there. And to keep this game within reach for 20 minutes, this Carolina team's been in this position before. They've been down a couple goals. They've had to claw and fight their way back into games. And that's why you play 56 in the regular season, is to find out what kind of team you have. And obviously this Carolina team wouldn't be here if they weren't a resilient group.
Well, Carolina had plenty of big third periods throughout the course of this season. Two netminders in this one. Mario Cavalieri so far tonight saved 18 out of 21. He saw 7 shots in that second period, saved 6 of them. On the other side, Connor McAnanima has saved 21 out of 22. He saved all 10 that he saw in that second period. Cavalieri, McAnanima. Cavalieri on the goals, not much chances. McAnanima, though, on the other end, he hasn't made a mistake.
No, he hasn't made a mistake. I mean, maybe the one mistake was the shot from the point he didn't catch cleanly in his glove and bounced in front. And, that's a sign, right? Like, if a goalie is seeing the puck really well, tracking it, they're going to catch everything. They're going to block right into the corner pretty routinely. And, seeing the puck kind of bounce out of his glove there, that's always like a little bit of a sign that maybe he's not quite all there 100% on his game. So if you're Carolina, I mean, you have to do whatever it takes to get to the front of the net and work one in. Work a greasy goal. It might not be pretty. It might have to be a tip or a deflection or redirect. Because he's seeing anything he gets a clear lane of sight on.
Well, goal scorer tonight for Carolina, Zach White, Gus Ford, and John Batista. Assists on that. That was back all the way in the first period. Carolina chasing 2, heading to the final 20 minutes here tonight. We had Zach White on the Coach Harry Show back on Tuesday, and you'll hear a little bit of that coming up on the other side of this timeout. It's 3-1 Black Bears. This is Thunderbirds Hockey.
Introducing Flow Rewards, the exclusive rewards program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards points automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app to start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase. Flow Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive. Or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
Why do you always wait until the clock expires before leaving the ice during warm-ups?
Fantastic question. Wish I could answer. I have no idea. Just something I've always done. I like being the last one on the ice. I like that Roman started kind of sticking around for a little bit, get some extra passes in. No rhyme or reason, just something that I've always done. So.
He's driven the coach a little crazy a couple times.
I have gotten a few penalties.
When he's gone over the limit, and I think he just wants to push the button a little.
I did draw one in, though. I drew one, so I only got one penalty that hurt us in Athens, but besides that, I don't know. But I am mindful now of the clock.
Yeah.
So.
What's your favorite thing about North Carolina?
The weather is pretty good for the most part. Just everybody's very nice down here compared to being in Connecticut, where everyone's kind of rude and inconsiderate. So, yeah. But no, it's good. It's fun. I like it here.
What's your favorite pregame meal?
Pregame meal. Been doing Chipotle for a while. Probably like day before, if I had a choice, maybe steak, somewhere good steak. Been going to Longhorns, pretty good. So,
What's the Chipotle order?
Brown rice, pinto beans, chicken, pico, corn, lettuce. Did I say cheese?
You did not.
And cheese.
Cheese.
I'm a pretty simple guy, I guess you could say.
You're not going queso like Boots?
I don't need soup, so I feel like they just kind of like dump it in there when you get it. So.
You have any superstitions?
Yeah, I pucked my stick with the same puck since I scored my first goal in high school. So if you look at it, it's like the logo is like really worn off it, and on the other side it's like very rounded out. And people ask if they could use it, and I tell them no. No, you can't use that. I'll find you another puck, but you're not using this one. So, and then I do a little like hand eye and wrist like kind of warm up before each game. Some people don't understand that I'm trying to do that, and they talk to me. But besides that, those are probably my only real superstitions. I kind of dial it down.
Yeah.
So.
Coach, we don't have enough time for me to go into all mine.
Well, it's a good thing nobody asked, right?
But no, I do. Even everything. I don't know if it's superstitious, but I just do everything the same. You know, I go and see these guys at the same time. I drive to the same way, going to the rink every day. I just, as I said, for the games, it's just everything's been the same, and it's hard to change. When you get into a role or you do certain things, as I said, it's hard to change.
Bathroom at 5, always 5 minutes left on the clock. That's when we know it's time to dial it in. So,
Zach, what's your favorite thing to do when you aren't playing hockey?
Been going to a lot of NASCAR races.
Yeah.
Very fun. I do like to golf. Golf is fun. Haven't gone out yet, but just kind of wait until the season's over probably to do that. So,
Coaching golf lately?
Apparently, someone got 9 holes in today. So yeah. Someone snuck out for a couple hours, and it was just nice to get away. And I'd like to say I didn't think about hockey. That's all we talked about. So, but it was just nice to talk about something other than what's going on with us. It was just about the league and things like that. So it was really enjoyable.
Once again, a proud sponsor of the 24-25 Carolina Thunderbirds, and just like the Birds, they are a true fan favorite. Weddings, events, corporate, and more. Ava's Cupcakes help you score and score. When the Birds are playing either home or away, stop by Ava's and make your day. Win or lose, you'll cheer the same. Ava's treats will sweeten every game.
Looking to exceed your real estate expectations? Meet Jennifer Sapp, passionate about real estate. Jennifer works with all clients because regardless of property value, every transaction is important to you, and that matters to her. She's been a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds, supporting the community she loves. A consistent top producer, she's been helping people buy and renovate homes into their dream spaces. Call 336-782-3148 or visit jennifersapp.allentate.com. For over 85 years, Mustin and Crutchfield has been more than just a local market. We've been a proud part of North Carolina's heritage. When our founders started in 1938, they sourced meats from local farmers and groceries from small companies. Finding a way to stay competitive in this market has been a challenge through the years. Luckily, there are a lot of entrepreneurs, and now we have close to 50 local vendors that we feature. We're proud to partner with the Carolina Thunderbirds as a local sponsor, celebrating community values both on and off the ice. Mustin and Crutchfield, your hometown local grocer.
Whitey, what are you doing? We got to go.
Dude, what do I do with my dog?
Oh, just take him to the pet barn.
For reasonable prices on grooming, boarding, and dog daycare, choose the Pet Barn, located at 7844 Blues Creek Road in Blues Creek. The Pet Barn, proud partners of the Carolina Thunderbirds.
Get into the swing of things at Tee It Up Indoors. Offering 3 simulators, over 11,000 virtual courses, lessons, club fittings, and a variety of snacks and beverages, Tee It Up Indoors is the place to go and work on your game. Call us at 336-285-7823 or visit our website at teeitupindoors.net.
Back here at the Fairgrounds Arena, we're at the second intermission. Binghamton a 3-1 lead over the Thunderbirds here as Carolina looks for a third period comeback here in game one. Kyle Steffen from Gavin Yates, 3:33 into the first period, put Binghamton ahead 1-0. It would be Yates from Steffen to make it 2-0. Just inside 3 minutes later, Carolina got on the board. Zach White from Gus Ford and John Batista on a 2-on-1, made it 2-1 there, 8:34 into the first period. Binghamton would build the lead back to 2, 5:36 into the second period. Blake Tosto getting his first of the series. Carolina will start the third period on the power play for the first minute and 33 seconds. Jesse Anderson called for a delay of game with just 27 seconds remaining in the middle 20 minutes. Carolina got a look. Also, Binghamton did as well on the short end. And now Carolina will look to try to cut into this deficit early on in period number 3. Steve Harrison making his way back out to the bench. Carolina to follow shortly after. 3-1 Black Bears after 2. The third period is next here in game 1. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
Finish strong. Start here. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on-site, eliminating the need for temporaries. As proud sponsors of the Carolina Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
Back here at the Fairgrounds Arena, we're ready for the start of period number 3, which is brought to you by Culver's. Carolina starts on the power play, which is brought to you by Atrium Health here with a minute 33. For the first minute 33 here in this third period. Josh, what does Carolina have to do here?
Yeah, I mean, this power play needs to give them a boost, right? They have to get energy from this, even if it doesn't go in the back of the net. They have to build some momentum from this. They have to start playing on their toes. You have 5 forwards out there to start this power play, and you need to start generating some chances, and it starts now.
Carolina, this postseason on the power play, 1 for 12. They went 1 for 8 in the series against the River Dragons. The big 20 minutes coming up here at Winston-Salem. Can Carolina get back into this one? Here on the Atrium Health power play. Tyson Kirkby and Zach White for the draw here to start off period number 3, and we're underway here. Carolina on the power play for the next 90 seconds as Roman Kramer will bring it into the attacking zone up the near side. Kramer rims this one all the way over to the far point. White shovels it back around. Daniel Stone chops at it. Gets it to C.J. Stubbs, who had the opportunity there at the end of the second period on the shorthand. Binghamton has killed off 20 of 22 penalties in these 2025 playoffs. It's 91%. Kramer picks up the puck at the goal line. Fires it far side to White, out to the point with Gus Ford. Ford surveying here. 47 remaining on the power play. White to Kramer at the near dot. Back out to the top. White, top of the slot. A shot blocked by Kirkby. Flips over to the far corner. White skates it down. Trying to get away from Bond. Banked out to the point. Ford to Baker. Right back. Ford, a shot save. Schnapp tried to jam home the rebound. It comes back out. Kramer back to Ford. Walking in. Shot deflected wide. Baker back out to Ford. Walking in the slot. Waits. Shot carried away. Schnapp out to the top of the zone again. It's White waiting. A diving attempt by Kirkby. Pokes it back out to the neutral zone. That will do it for Carolina's power play. So we're back to 5-on-5.
What a job on the penalty kill by Kirkby, the captain. 17 and White. Great job selling out. Blocked 3 shots there.
Salak up the near wall into the attacking zone. Pinned to the boards by Ramekers. Knocked free. Batista trying to chip it along. Has it. Feeds it back in. Ramekers took it away, and now it's Dan Weber. Finds Gavin Yates. 2 points tonight for Yates. To the outside. A shot saved by Cavalieri. Looking for the rebound. Pastuca battling, and Cavalieri reaching back, able to cover. As Stefan crashed into Pastuca. 17:48 to go here in the third. Carolina with 2 shots on goal on that power play. McAnanimo is ready for both of them. Draw comes to the right of Mario Cavalieri. Nate Keeley wins it. Joe Kennedy, he'll start in between his own circles. Got it knocked away by Stefan. Up the near wall, Stefan dropped it for Oliveri. A shot saved, rebound poked out in front. Yates went sprawling down to the ice. Cavalieri leaves it. Now Carolina trying to go the other way. Whalen played it up the near wall. Instead it's going to go for an icing. There's 17:23 remaining in this third. Tosto wins the draw. Clark, a shot zipped wide. Dawson Baker battling, fired it for Nate Keeley. Works into the neutral zone, dumps it in. Goes cleanly. We see the first ship for Vladislav Pavlov, who is the 10th forward, 7th defenseman tonight for Steve Harrison. With the power play to start off the period, and he gets a quick shift here in this third. This one caromed off of a stanchion. White holds it in at the blue line. No, he did not, says Ryan Thurnauer. That looks like it was on the blue.
That's a call made by the bench there. We'll just leave it at that.
White held his spot and just staring at Thurnauer. But makes the call. Face-off coming in front of the Black Bears bench. We're here in Game 1 of the Commissioner's Cup Final. 3-1 lead for Binghamton. A backhand comes out to the far post. Tyson Kirkby will now weave his way all the way to the neutral zone. On the backhand, flips it in. Cavalieri swats it around. Stubbs trying to kick it to himself. Gagnon closing on him. Thompson fires it out far point. They say it was held in that time. Here's Thompson, looked far post. And Ford takes it for Carolina. Zach White across the blue line. Feeds a backhand for Kramer. Back to White, up the near wall, Farmer. Just pokes it right back along. Peter Panachik now. Surveys on the forehand. Couldn't find anything and cycles it around. Thompson extends the stick, pokes it to CJ Stubbs. We'll send it over Cavalieri's head. 15:40 to go here in the third period. It's brought to you by Culver's. Carolina chasing 2. Panachik's pass plucked away by Anderson. Comes to Keeley. A shot save with the right pad by McAnanima. Oliveri sends this one around. A Schnapp finished off his hit on Yates. Cavalieri played it, had it knocked away. Salak able to recontrol for Carolina. Shovels it past Steffen. Keeley. No look backhand. Luckily found Panachik, who now tries to work to the outside on Anderson. Look to drop it back for Salak. Schnapp had it taken away by Gavin Yates. Yates to Oliveri out in front and saved by Cavalieri as Tosto was looking for his second. Here at 14:57 remaining in the third period. Binghamton leading 3-1. Pastuca skating gingerly to the bench. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
(3-1) Black Bears leading the Thunderbirds here. 14:57 to go in period number 3. Brendan Riley and Josh Keplinger with you here on Carolina Thunderbirds TV and on WTOB. It's going to be a face-off coming to the right of Mario Cavalieri, who made a point-blank save on Blake Tosto, setting us to the media timeout. Nate Keeley wins the draw against Tosto as John Batista banks it off of the glass out to the neutral zone. Dakota Bond goes cross ice to his D partner, Stone. Found Sirota, backhand to Tosto. Puts the brakes on at the half wall. His shot off of Kennedy and out of play. Into the mesh. Game ones have not been the Thunderbirds' friend. 6-6-1 all time in game ones, including a game one loss last series to Columbus. Mott off the draw, his shot deflected by Sirota, swatted at it. Caromed in the air, Tosto rims this one around. Gagnona backhand to the near dot. Finds Roman Kramer. Plays a pass to the outside. White onside. Flutters it in. McAnanima shovels it to the corner. Tosto takes it away. And just splits the defense and clears. This one not going to have enough, or it will, but they wave it off. Now it's Thompson right into the attacking zone. Kramer able to take it away. Slides it to Ford. Dropped it between the legs. Kramer, a backhand. Ford at the goal line. Kramer threw it out on McAnanima. Got it with the stick. Parried it wide. Crowd trying to spark something here for the Thunderbirds. Anderson, a backhand. Far point. Thompson just posted past Clay Keeley, and Farmer goes over to Corral. 13.5 to go. It's Farmer. Shot deflected out of play. Josh, Carolina out shooting Binghamton by 1, but haven't been a terrible amount of threatening chances.
No, not really threatening at all. McAnanima, really, it's been a lot of shots from the outside. Anything they have gotten to the middle of the ice has been blocked or deflected away, and not enough high danger chances. So Carolina's going to have to start generating some if they want to fight back in this.
Off of the draw, Carolina won it, but Gavin Yates skated it down for a second. Solak has to go back and drop it for Yuri Pastuka, who's all right after he went off the ice at the media timeout. Gingerly. Scott Ramekers in the far corner. Solak closing on him. Just poked it along to Gavin Yates. It's Ramekers again. Goes up the far wall and knocked out to the neutral zone. Clay Keeley to Pastuka. His pass deflected. Yates lost his stick. Oliveri dumps it in. 3-1 your score here in game one of this best of 5 Commissioners Cup final. Carolina in their 4th finals. Here's Solak. Shot whiffed on it. Ramekers posted up the near wall, and it's cleared. Binghamton in their 2nd. They're trying to go 2 for 2. Banachik to the outside. Has it on the forehand. Brings it behind the cage. Just to wrap it back around. It was intercepted by Steffen. Flipped down. Banachik and Anderson tied up at the blue line. It went for an icing as Banachik and Anderson have to be broken up. But it is an icing and an attacking zone draw. 12:22 to go here in the 3rd. Remember last year, Carolina was trailing 4-1 going to the 3rd period. Josh, you assisted on Gus Ford's 1st and the 3rd. Able to make it a 1-goal game before an empty netter. He also assisted on the 2nd as well. Here's James Farmer across the blue line. A drive saved by McAnanima. Ford comes away with it from the scrum, trying to weave his way in. Anderson knocks him off the puck. Now here comes Cameron Clark. Feeds Swain. A shot blockered away by Cavalieri. Long rebound. Farmer pokes it up the wall. Finds White into the attacking zone. Him and Bond go into the corner. White look for it. Comes out. Whalen walking in. A shot saved by McAnanima. Gagnona, quick rebound out of the glove. Fired. A shot saved by McAnanima. And it skips past Whalen, and Petita had a chance to make it a 1-goal game. Gagnon right back in. McAnanima snags it on the back end and says that's enough. 11:20 remaining in this 3rd. That was it right there for the captain, John Petita. The chance to get his side within 1. McAnanima, though, big-time save.
But a good sign, though, if you're Carolina, you want to see those dangerous chances. That's a big-time dangerous chance.
Draws one. A one-timer from Gagnon. That's saved by a sprawling McAnanima. And it's flipped off of the glass. Gagnon going to get it past Stubbs. Nate Keeley helps out his defenseman as John Batista starts up the near side. Batista on the back end. Behind the cage. Has a step on Stone. Flips it out to the far point. Gagnon just gets rid of it. Pinballed off of Batista and comes all the way back down. Shots 9-5 in this third period. That pass from Gagnon just out in front of Keeley. Shipped up the far wall. Tyson Kirkby starts with some space in front of him. Baker coming over. He flips it in. Cavalieri has to freeze as he played it like a punt returner.
Yeah, I don't think goalies have to call for the fair catch, huh? I think everybody knows not to run those guys over.
Cavalieri tonight, 24 of 27. McAnanima, 31 of 32. Clean win to Anderson. Across the blue line, Weaver, a shot save by Cavalieri. That puck knuckling a little bit off of the stick of Weaver. Cavalieri able to adjust.
Yeah, not really any threat at the net for Binghamton on that chance there. Oliveri kind of pops up to be the third man high at the top of the blue line. Dangerous shooter, can really wire the puck, 13 in white.
Leading the Black Bears in points coming into the finals with 8, 3 goals, and 5 assists. Teammates with Yuri Pastuka back with the Berlin River Drivers all the way back in the 2015-16 season. Pastuka tips it up the far wall. Schnapp, he collects. Weaving his way. Dropped it for Salak. Spins to the backhand. Fires it out to Pastuka at the point. Cross ice. Kennedy, a one-timer right into the pillows of McAnanima. And flip down. Here is Yuri Pastuka. Feeds it up the far wall. Vanacek drops it back. Pastuka playing in his 43rd playoff game. His 13th finals game. This goes for icing here with 10 minutes exactly remaining here in the third period. And it's the first whistle after the 10-minute mark. If it was 9:59, we go to immediate timeout. With it right at 10, though, we continue on.
Yeah, interesting. I feel like it doesn't happen often right on 10 minutes, does it, Brendan? So interesting because you get the media timeout, 2 media timeouts in the last 10, a lot later than usual.
Kirkby and Panachik tied up. Kennedy able to take it away for Carolina. Salak at the red line, fires it up just out of the reach of Zach White. Salak chasing after Bond, banks it off of the end boards. It's Stubbs. Nearly in his pocket pick by Salak. Played it to himself, ducking and weaving his way up the far side. Thompson ships it to the far corner. Farmer kicks it along the kick plate. It's held in, fired off the stick of Keeley. Cavalieri banks the pass out to the neutral zone, just trying to clear. Stone will bring it and flip it right back in. Cavalieri leaves it for his defenseman James Farmer. Plays it up the near wall for White. Banked out to the neutral zone again as Stone. Not at the red line, dumps it in. Cavalieri settled it down. Farmer up to John Batista. Cross ice finds the tape of White. Flip the back in right to Batista. Stone steps into him. Nate Keeley holds it up at the Gwynn logo. Able to come away with it. 1-on-5 right now. Keeley a backhand off of looked like the stick of Bond and out of play with 8:46 remaining in this third period. Binghamton a 3-1 lead in game 1. This is Thunderbirds hockey. Carolina trailing here in game one of the Commissioner's Cup final. Binghamton a 3-1 lead over the Thunderbirds here as we start to get late here in game one. It's going to be a face-off in the attacking zone for the Thunderbirds. We'll have the third line out there with Jordan Gagnon and Gordon Whalen, Steve Harrison changing up the deep pairings a little bit here in the third. Got two lefties on defense for Carolina out on the ice right now. Nate Keeley's tossed out of the dot. We'll bring in Dawson Baker against Blake Tosto. Baker trying to win it out to Gagnon. Instead it comes in, Petita got it in on McAnanima, who shoveled it into the corner. Tosto feeds it back in. Sirota had Keeley closing on him. Weber up to Mott. The red line, fires it in on Cavalier again. He has to freeze. .8:26 to go here in the third period. Carolina's trailed for all but 3 minutes and 33 seconds here tonight. Kyle Steffen and Gavin Yates, 3:33 in. It was a 2-0 game, 6:19 in. It was Yates from Steffen. Jacob Schnapp fires it all the way down. McAnanima blockers it away. Chipped up the near wall and flipped out to the neutral zone. There's Gavin Yates again. Took it away from Joe Kennedy. Yates down to the ice, back to his skates. Snapped it in on Cavalieri, who's going to have to cover. 8:05 to go here in the third. Had one penalty here tonight. That was at the end of the second period. Yuri Pastuka after Peter Panachik won the draw. Kennedy banks it off the Dashers. Schnapp pressuring Stone. Bond now looks far side, and Kirkby lofts it in. Kennedy sends it off of the end boards. Kirkby and Salak battle for it. Clay Keeley comes away with it. Kennedy fired all the way in the direction of Panachik. Stone spins away from Schnapp. Salak pressuring. Yanked out to the blue line. Kirkby in front of the Thunderbirds bench. And it's taken away. Keeley fires this one in. Goes off the top of the Dashers, caroms to the far corner. White just fired it into the slot. Keeley pinched down, popped out to Stubbs. It's 1-on-4 right now as Binghamton was going for a change. 7 to go here in the third period, which is brought to you by Culver's. It's a 3-1 lead for the Black Bears here in game one of the Commissioner Cup final. Keeley, a good hit on Mott right at the blue line. Sirota comes away with it, though, for Binghamton. Up the near wall. Ford back on defense. A step in front of it. Toso quickly in. Sticked away by Cavalieri. Jesse Anderson. Go far wall. Will rim a pass around. Karam's right to Toso. Fired it in. Now went off the hand of Ford. Man lost an edge. Here comes Keeley. Dumps this one in. Ford trying to take it away. Clearance attempt. Ramekers and Ford a little extra. Carolina has to get back on side. Whalen sees that. Dumps it in. Ramekers gloved it down. Whalen trying to take it away from him, and it's kicked out to the red line. Here's Gavin Yates up the near side. Got around Baker. Waits. Got a stick lifted. Poked away by Cavalieri. Here comes Petita now. Under 6 to go in the third. Petita to Keeley. Couldn't settle the pass down. Keeley shoves Stone into McAnanima. Binghamton again just lobs it down ice.
Yeah, they're content with playing the field position game here, Brendan. Carolina really going to have to make a push now. You're getting down to the nitty-gritty, about 5 minutes left.
Petita back for Baker. Sends it into the corner. Batista, a good hit on Stone, threw it into the slot. Stephen there in white. Spahn fires it in just high of Cavalieri. 5:20 to go here in the third period of Game 1 of the Commissioner's Cup Final. Binghamton swept Carolina last year, winning the first two here in Winston-Salem. They're closing in on another Game 1 victory here at the Fairgrounds Arena. Joe Kennedy goes up the far wall. Schnapp tipped it along. Weber out to Anderson. Kirkby at the red line. Sends this one in. Cavalieri had it on the short hop. Just skipped wide of him. Pastuca got Schnapp and Kirkby tangled up in front of the Thunderbirds bench. Under 5 to go. Sent in near corner. Cavalieri leaves it. Baker, his pass kept in by Jesse Anderson with space. Anderson waits. A shot missed the net. Tosto holds it in at the blue line. A slap shot blocked by Salak. Hit him square in the shin pads. Took it away from Weber. Flips it for Ford to try to go skate down. Anderson instead banks it right back. Farmer. There were 4:14 remaining in this third. Got to the red line. Looked to dump it in. Knocked Mott off the puck. A short pass from Ford to Baker. Ford up the near wall. A shot, save, rebound, just skipped wide. It went off the stick of Anderson. Couple looks for Carolina in this third. That one almost bounced in off of Jesse Anderson, the Black Bears defenseman, after McAnanima left a rebound. Yates, we're going to cycle this one back in. Stephen in the corner, taken away by Clay Keeley. Who rims it over to the near half wall. White quickly up to Ford, kicked off of his shin pad, and Farmer just has to clear the zone as he had Yates all over him. Under 3.5 to go here in the third period. A 3-1 Black Bears lead. A turnover. It's Kirkby in the slot. He scores. Another turnover here tonight by Carolina in the defensive zone. That time it finds Tyson Kirkby, who snaps it over the glove of Cavalieri, and it's a 4-1 Binghamton lead. There with 3:15 remaining in the third.
Yeah, the twin telepathy not to be on that one, Brendan. Just again another mistake by Carolina. Keeley to Keeley through the middle of the ice, and just kind of misjudged. Clay just kind of misjudged Nate's route there, and Kirkby able to pick it off and wire one over the glove of Cavalieri.
Fourth of these playoffs for Tyson Kirkby, his 13th career playoff goal. Carolina trailing 4-1 here in Game 1. Here at home, Dakota Bond across the blue line. Poke checked away by Gagnon. We'll bring it behind Cavalieri. Played up the near wall. Batista trying to tip it in. Stone collected. Under 3 to go here in the third period. Austin Thompson at the red line. Backhands one in. Joe Kennedy. Lays up the near wall for Gagnon. Weaves his way into the attacking zone. Gagnon, a shot lifted it high. Caromed off of a stanchion. Jesse Anderson, his pass cross ice behind Mott. Will just fire it in on Cavalieri. Leaves it for Clay Keeley. It's the second straight unassisted goal for the Black Bears. Salak shot blocked. Karem's out to Mott. He'll just bank it off as we approach 2 to go here in the third. Clay Keeley back for Carolina. Goes to Yuri Pastuca. Try to slide a backhand for Mott. Instead it was taken away by Stephen. He opened the scoring tonight, 3:33 into the first period. Working against Farmer, threw it into the slot. Swain had it for a second, minute 38 to go here in the third. Kirkby out to Anderson, his shot missed the net. Schnapp just shovel it along. With under 90 to go, Kirkby at the blue line. Sends it to the far corner. Gagnon trying to beat Swain there. Kicked it free as Kennedy now looks to start the break the other way. Carolina with Gagnon. Shots even at 35. 4-1 lead for the Black Bears here over the Thunderbirds as we have a minute to go here in period number 3. Gagnon look for a 4, rather White at the blue line. Chipped up the near side, Clark and Gagnon into the corner. And that one goes out of play. It was deflected here. 48.5 remaining in the third. We'll take immediate timeout. 4-1 Black Bears in game 1. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Avis Cupcakes is once again a proud sponsor of the 24-25 Carolina Thunderbirds. And just like the Birds, they are a true fan favorite. Weddings, events, corporate, and more. Avis Cupcakes help you score and score. When the Birds are playing either home or away, stop by Avis and make your day. Win or lose, you'll cheer the same. Avis treats will sweeten every game.
Looking to exceed your real estate expectations? Meet Jennifer Sapp, passionate about real estate. Jennifer works with all clients because regardless of property value, every transaction is important to you, and that matters to her. She's been a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds, supporting the community she loves. A consistent top producer, she's been helping people buy and renovate homes into their dream spaces. Call 336-782-3148 or visit jennifersapp.allentate.com.
Carolina trailing the Binghamton Black Bears, 48.5 seconds remaining here in the third period. Black Bears are going to take game 1 for the second year in a row here in Winston-Salem. As tonight, Carolina, they went down early. Had a little life in the first. After that, though, that was about it. Cavalieri's mask knocked off. A stoppage here of 43.3. Josh, another tough night here for Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, you can't take any credit away from this Binghamton team, man. I mean, they're so well coached. Branch Sherwood, longtime player in minor pro hockey in this league and in higher leagues, all the way up to the ECHL. So, I mean, he knows the game just as well as anyone, and good motivator too. I mean, even I looked over there even when they were up 1-0 early in the first, and he was still on his guys. He was still, barking orders at his guys, being like, hey, we can't take our foot off the gas here. And so obviously they play well for him, and they play with a purpose, man. Like they play a structured game, and they know when to take chances, and they're a heck of a team, very well balanced.
Well, the final 25 here in game 1. That's going to have Binghamton take a 1-0 series lead here in this best of 5. Cavalieri plays it up the far wall to Zach White, the lone goal scorer tonight for Carolina. And that's going to do it here for game 1. Binghamton is going to win this one tonight by a final score of 4-1. They led all evening, go wire to wire here in game 1, and the Thunderbirds now will have a very big task tomorrow in game 2, needing a win before the series shifts to Binghamton. Black Bears take game 1. Thunderbirds post-game is next. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
For over 85 years, Mustin and Crutchfield has been more than just a local market. We've been a proud part of North Carolina's heritage. When our founders started in 1938, they sourced meats from local farmers and groceries from small companies. Finding a way to stay competitive in this market has been a challenge through the years. Luckily, there are a lot of entrepreneurs, and now we have close to 50 local vendors that we feature. We're proud to partner with the Carolina Thunderbirds as a local sponsor, celebrating community values both on and off the ice. Mustin and Crutchfield, your hometown local grocer.
Whitey, what are you doing? We gotta go. Dude, what do I do with my dog?
Oh, just take him to the pet barn.
For reasonable prices on grooming, boarding, and dog daycare, choose the Pet Barn, located at 7844 Blues Creek Road in Blues Creek. The Pet Barn, proud partners of the Carolina Thunderbirds.
Get into the swing of things at Tee It Up Indoors. Offering 3 simulators, over 11,000 virtual courses, lessons, club fittings, and a variety of snacks and beverages, Tee It Up Indoors is the place to go and work on your game. Call us at 336-285-7823 or visit our website at teeitupindoors.net.
Finish strong. Start here. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist.
Fairgrounds Arena, game 1 of the Commissioner's Cup final goes to the Binghamton Black Bears. They take down the Carolina Thunderbirds by a final score of 4-1, and now the Thunderbirds will have a tall task tomorrow in game 2, trying to even out the series before it shifts to Binghamton next weekend. Brendan Riley and Josh Keblinger with you here on Thunderbirds postgame. Josh, Binghamton scored early. They scored twice early, and that was really all they needed here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they jumped out to a quick start, and that's this team's MO, and Carolina wasn't quite ready to match their level in the first 6 minutes or so, and it turned out to bite them. And you know what? The response was there, but it wasn't there enough. It wasn't there consistently. I thought at times Carolina did kind of find their legs and start to threaten a little bit, but just only in spurts. And Binghamton, I mean, credit to Binghamton, like they did a good job at defending and keeping Carolina's danger to the outside. So, I mean, hats off to them. And Carolina, you're right. Carolina does have their work cut out for them tomorrow, but it's not like they can't, outplay this team. Like they've done it at times, and they've proven throughout the year that they're a resilient bunch and that they can come back from a result like this with a good effort tomorrow.
Well, tonight it was turnovers in the defensive zone that really told the story by Carolina. It was something that we saw at times against even lesser competition than Binghamton. They still got scored on. They really cut it down as the season started to wind down, but here tonight, those turnovers, you can't make them against a Binghamton team like this.
Yeah, exactly. And that's ultimately what decided their fate tonight, was a few of those mental lapses and mistakes, especially in the D zone. When the puck is close to your net, you make a mistake. It's a heck of a lot more noticeable than when you make a mistake 200 feet away in the offensive zone, right? And, they just weren't able to bounce back from those. And, one mistake leads to two, and then it leads to the puck being in the back of your net. And, that happened a few times, too many for Carolina to come back from tonight.
Well, Carolina trailed 2-0 to 6:19 into the first period. Kyle Steffen, Gavin Yates both scoring and assisting on each other's goals. Zach White had the lone goal here tonight. First Commissioner Cup final game for him. He was able to score in a 2-on-1 with Gus Ford. John Battista also getting an assist as well. But the final two goals tonight, both unassisted by Blake Tosto and Tyson Kirkby. That's really just, if you look at the box score itself, that really shows the story here tonight as turnovers bite Carolina this evening. Connor McAnanima, he gets the win. He improves to 12-1-0 in his postseason career. He saves 34 out of 35 here tonight. Mario Cavalieri gets the loss, 5-5 in his playoff career now. And so the Thunderbirds have their work cut out for them. We'll take a look at Game 2 coming up tomorrow, as well as the 3 stars. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Quinn Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwynn Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwynn Services. One call does it all.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on-site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Carolina Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pinebrook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green, and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
4-1, Binghamton takes game one over the Thunderbirds here in the 2025 Commissioners Cup Final. Brendan Riley and Josh Keplinger with you one final time here tonight. Give you the 3 stars, which are presented by Carrabba's. Kyle Steffen, a goal and an assist. He is your 3rd star of the evening. Gavin Yates, he had a goal and assist. He had the game winner, 6:19 into the first period. He's your 2nd star. And Connor McAnanima is your 1st star, saving 34 out of 35 shots in the Black Bears 4-1 Game 1 victory. Well, Josh, same situation we saw a year ago. Carolina trailing 1-0 here on home ice. What do they need to do to come away with a better result here in Game 2?
Yeah, I mean, it's about as must-win as a game can get, right? And they're going to need their best effort from all 19 guys tomorrow, and nothing less than that is going to get the job done. So, and they're aware of that. They know what they have to do. There's parts of their game that they can clean up, and some mistakes here and there that they can do better on, and they know that they're not worlds away or anything. They're right there. They've proven that they're a tough team to beat and win twice in a row on. So look for them to come back tomorrow with a much better effort and a chance to tie this series at 1 and give themselves a chance up in New York.
6:05 puck drop for Game 2 coming up tomorrow evening, right back here at the Fairgrounds Arena. Pregame coverage will start at 5:35 here on Carolina Thunderbirds TV and on WTOB. Disappointing Game 1 here tonight for the Thunderbirds, who fall 4-1 to the Binghamton Black Bears. That'll do it for us here this evening. For Josh Keplinger and for Luke Fellner, Tyler Bird, I'm Brendan Riley saying so long from the Fairgrounds Arena. Join us for Game 2 tomorrow. Carolina trailing 1-0. Going into Game 2, 5:35 pregame coverage starting, 6:05 puck drop here at the Fairgrounds Arena. Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. We'll talk to you tomorrow for Game 2. This has been Thunderbirds On.